It is the 7th of winter at 5 p.m. Nico, do you want to give us a quick recap of last game?
Yeah, so last week, Chiron helped us to spy on the cultists that were holding Milo's allies at the chapel. We decided against taking a long rest and just took a short rest, so that we could get to them quicker and try to minimize any damage done to them. Um, we teamed up with the sword wraiths on the way there, and they caused a distraction to draw out the bad guys while we tried to get in. Uh, Milo and Bale managed to get all the way in, and the rest of us, I think all four of us are still outside, or did someone else get inside? Uh, if
Oh,
any of
Inside.
I think,
I think there's only 2 people inside.
Okay, cool.
yeah.
So then that would be Kalgrad and Gustav that made it into the first room. And yeah, we're still trying to fight them, and they are still trying to run away from us, I think, because we're that great. But that's where we left off.
It's Milo who's inside, I believe.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
that
like Milo and Bale were inside,
They were the
and Kalgrad and
stealthers.
Gustav were pretty close to the door.
the lighting is
When the
nice.
map loads up, we'll see exactly who's where. But
Did the
I
map
think
not load up?
No, it
Yeah.
did. I
oh,
think
then I
the
just
lighting is fixed now
there
as
we
well.
go.
Oh, yeah, it definitely is. It was working, like, for my next game that day, so it was just, like,
Nice.
Yeah,
for
I
that
see it
time.
now.
And also the picture finally sent.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yay!
okay, wait. I gotta see this picture. Is that a
Let's
monkey?
see.
Yeah.
Oh, nice!
That's
Very nice.
amazing.
That's pretty well done.
Oh, that's super cool.
The hype was worth it.
Bale said that he got a monkey once and I didn't want to say anything to spoil it.
I saw your beard in the mirror.
You can see my beard? Yeah,
Yep.
you can.
Alright,
Oh, that is a pretty cool monkey.
so I believe it was
Awesome.
Calgrod's turn, right?
Yeah,
Sounds
it was
about
my
right.
turn. Actually, I'm going to step one spot here because I know there's this guy that is bloodied over there. He backed up, and I am going to cast Moonbeam right on him.
Right on,
There you
right.
go.
Go ahead and drag
Moon.
the moonbeam.
Yeah, let me do that. Moonbeam stuff. So let me just get my bearing here. Is that like a spell effect, right? It's a spell, 5-foot circle. I need to put a circle.
Wasn't it a 10-foot? Is it
Oh
just
yeah,
5
it's
feet?
10 foot. No, it's. I think it's a 10 feet circle. It's
Yeah.
5 feet radius.
Maybe this one's just a smaller moonbeam.
Yeah.
It's more focused, so it does more damage.
Oh yeah.
Alright.
It's very good. Alright, so let me cast that because I think that's one of my
So I
last.
think you would have to cast it here just because you'd have to see the point that you're centering it on. But, alright, so you...
Cast and Moonbeam, and I need.
Now,
to
you're marked as
Okay.
concentrating. Were you concentrating on something else?
I was concentrating on favored foe, I believe. So
Alright, so that would
appears.
overwrite it, yeah.
And so as a bonus action, so that was it here. What can I do as a bonus action? I'm going to pretty much I'm out of anything at that point. Kind of and being wounded and all, I'm kind of going to back up here.
Okay.
Stay maybe over there to kind of force them to come down if they
Alright.
want to come.
And is that it for you?
Yeah, that's it for me. Oh, and I have to roll, but I already have 10 temporary points, so I'm okay.
Alright, so that's Calgrad. The Shadow Dancer has died. So the next would be Gustav.
Go help the others.
I'm hearing that. I mean, because okay, that's right, because I am hasted, so I can move pretty good.
I would call there's at least one. I think there's another one if I remember well. Two of them kind of backed up inside, so I would yell to Gustav. There's at least two in there.
There is an enemy next to you, though.
Yeah, and I don't want to run away and provoke opportunity, so I can attack. Hopefully, I can maybe finish him off and then run to aid. So he's still going to. He'll make a attack from behind with his battle axe and gain the flanking.
All right.
Don't finish. Don't finish.
Oh yeah, 21 will strike, landing a solid hit for 19, which would bring him down.
All right, and with that, now that I am safe from opportunity attacks, I will move my hasted 60 feet, and then my turn.
Nope, that's the wrong one.
All right, the Shadow Archer goes. He has to make a con save. He rolls a 3, so he would fail. Go ahead and give me a damage roll, Calrod.
Yeah, it's up there. Oh, let's see. I think he shoots right. Okay. Yeah, I didn't take that much. Only 5.
Did you roll? I'm not seeing it.
Yeah,
it was... Okay, you rolled a while back, I see.
Yeah, when I get the spell.
Alright, so he takes 5 points of damage and goes down.
Yes.
He was very wounded. So that is his turn. Balefire.
Is still muted.
Oh, well, that could be an issue.
Yep, thank you for that. I'm sitting here telling you guys how awesome it is. So it looks like the
Like I
effects
said, the
are-
mute button's the real last boss.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it looks like the effects, his blindedness, I guess I shook that off at the end of last round. So I don't see a little marker anymore, right?
I believe so, yep.
Alright, so that's good. So I'm going to go ahead and we'll be moving right up here to this guy.
Alright.
And we're going to do just a normal attack as opposed to green flame blade. So we'll swing with our rapier.
Alright, a rapier strike. Oh yeah, 20 forward strike, getting through his defenses as you get a nasty hit for 30.
Oh. And we'll go ahead and swing with Stabatha.
That's
Our
a
little
bonus
short
action.
sword.
Alright.
Yep.
Now 18 would land as well.
Alright, and then no sneak attack.
So 5
and
damage.
it's Only 5, yep.
Okay. He is still looking pretty solid, but those were definitely nasty attacks. Using pretty much all his stamina to not take direct hits on those.
So that'll be it for me.
Alright, the archer goes. He says a curse in Elven as he puts away his bow, drawing 2 blades.
Kiss your mom with that mouth.
And he's going to attack Balefire. 23.
I will shield that.
Oh, that's just Tracy. Alright, so as he's coming in to stab, you kind of do a quick gesture. Or actually, well, you have your swords in your hands, so I guess you have that pommel that lets you do.
No, shield doesn't require. I don't think shield requires a free hand.
Oh,
It's a verbal.
Oh no, it's verbal only.
is it only verbal? Alright, so as he's coming in, you yell out an arcane word, creating a sudden barrier that deflects the attack. Oh wait, no, it is a VS.
It's verbal and somatic.
Yeah,
So you would have to have a free hand unless you have
Ruby
actually,
War Mage.
yeah.
There you go. So then I'll just uncanny dodge it.
Okay, so you and that's half damage, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so you do a quick roll as you take the hits, reducing the damage, which is 10 piercing, so 5 points of damage.
Ooh. You scratched me, bitch.
That is it for the Shadow Archer.
I'll fire the rock that makes Bard blush.
Yeah.
With her insults.
Let's see. The Shadow Dancer has fallen. Schroeder.
I will just do a double movement. First to here, then to here.
Alright, so you make your way towards the church. Milo.
And I am in the aura, so I get temp hit?
You are not, I don't think. Let me double check.
No?
About 35, so you need to be 5 more over, sorry.
Oh.
Calgrod.
Whatever.
Right.
Karna.
Milo, what are you doing?
Okay, okay, so this guy no longer grappled and restrained, right?
No, he went down, so you are no longer grabbed by him.
Okay, and I forget who the slow on me. Was that him or the archer?
That was the archer, but it's not based on concentration. It's just like a round worth of effect, so it wouldn't go away even if he died.
Well, wait, who put it on me then?
I believe it was the archer.
Well, then it.
It would be gone because his turn passed. Yeah.
Okay. I'll get rid of those in a second then. All right. Well, I'm going to run up to right behind him. Hit him a couple times with my chain side.
All right. And there are garbage pails in chat if you want to quickly drop those markings on you. Well, it doesn't look like you could drop the snail for whatever reason. I guess because that's not a real effect in there. But you rush up behind this guy as Bale is attacking, throwing your chain scythes at him as well.
Ooh.
That is a crit.
Hey.
Oh yeah. All right.
Milo,
So,
get him.
okay.
Getting him off guard, you land a nasty hit for 13, which would wound him.
Okay, so that also gets sneak attack. Where is it? Come on. There we go. So-
It would be doubled, so you roll again.
Okay.
Excuse me.
There we go.
87,
Okay.
alright, so an extra 15, and he is badly hurt, but still up.
Okay, and of course, because of my slasher feat, his speed is reduced by 10, and he has a disadvantage on attack rolls to my next turn.
Alright, is that it for you?
No, that was only one attack.
Alright, go ahead, give me a second attack.
Second attack.
17 would strike.
Okay. 4.
Alright, so you slash him for another 4 points of damage, and he is holding on, but not by much.
Well, I'm gonna burn my last key point to Flurry of Blows.
Alright. 20, yep, that would strike for another 9, which would drop him.
Okay, awesome. Well, these guys weren't pleasant.
Anything else?
Well, we can go try to help the ones outside. I don't know what's going on out there, but I've only got 25 movement left.
Go. Your friends should be fine now that they're not being drained. Let's go help the others.
Okay. Alright, so. Is this the door? Yep. And I guess I can just get right to here. So there's another guy.
Who would now see you. Alright, so that's it for you. A Shadow Dancer goes. He is dead. Nico.
Yeah. I'm going to... Oh, no. Go and just run as far as I can this way. And if temp hit points are a thing, I will take them. Please.
Yeah, they are. They are
Alright,
still a thing.
so you gain some temp hit points.
9.
9? Thank you.
9. 3 rounds. 3 rounds for the temp hit point buffet.
I accept. And that'll be it for now. Thank you.
Alright, so Shadow Archer goes. He sees Milo, and he is going to quickly switch to his bow and take a shot at you. Dunk. 25.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Alright, so you are hit by the arrow, and you are bloodied, so that is an actual hit for 7 piercing and 2 necrotic. And I need a dex save.
Okay, dex save. $18.
Alright, so you would luckily be able to avoid the sticky miasma that tries to slow you. He will then fire a second shot. 15, not as impressive.
That just misses.
Alright. Did you take the 9 points of damage? Oh.
I had temporary hit points, so I only took 9 of that.
Oh, did you have 20 temp HP?
No, I only had 11. But just killed a guy, so that refreshed it.
Oh, it still says 11, so you should have what?
Oh, right. Sorry, I forgot.
Alright, just want to make sure. Alright, so he missed with the second one and is firing a third shot. Oh, 23. I think that lands. So that would be another 12 piercing and 4 necrotic.
Geez, 16. Okay, 2, 7, 14. Sweet.
So as you come running through the door, several arrows kind of pincushion you. Luckily, your your armor probably, or your thick robes, took most of them. So you're bleeding a little, but nothing deadly. This guy is then going to come north here 30 feet and end his turn. Oh, sorry, I need one more dex save because he hit you twice.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, alright. So you avoid both of the sticky effects, luckily. Calgrod. Outside.
So I am going to move 10 feet here. Also 10 feet here. I do not see... so I'm going 35 feet here. Do not see anyone. Do I hear? Is anyone not hiding that I can hear?
What's your passive perception?
18.
So you hear noise coming from here.
So I will actually move. Seem like I will go maybe 15 feet.
Alright, so you move your moonbeam into the darkness, not knowing exactly where he
with my
is.
action, yes, and that's it.
Alright, Gustav.
Right, time to run it.
So Gustav goes running inside.
So here's 30. Still got 30 for my haze.
That's a fast dude.
That's a fast paladin.
Yeah.
You guys just in like full heavy armor. You see him just sprinting across like he's just
pretty
like
much.
a cracked out monkey.
Gustav the Hedgehog.
He'll take a dash action.
All right.
That just sounds like a very bad workout.
So Calgrod, you just see Gustav go speeding through the room at unnatural speeds.
Yeah.
And
I'm
so what is this?
I'm
Uh,
yelling to him. Don't step into my moonbeam.
So you would see basically as you run in Calgrod's moonbeam searing this shadow elf who suddenly
Yes, I
turns
got
to
him.
look at you.
Okay, no, I'll just step right here and be like, "Hey, what's up?" You move out of that shadow beam. I'm gonna f you up as he holds his
Uh,
battle axe ready.
so you moved 90, 105 feet.
Yeah, I dashed.
All right, and so haste, yeah, because haste doubles your movement, right?
Yep. And then that will be my turn. Actually, oh no, wait, I have my hasted action. I always forget about that. I use my regular action to.
All right. Could you link haste real quick? I just want to see something.
Yeah.
Because it's been a week.
Let me. Where's my spells?
Just the descriptive text. All right.
Yeah, because I
Yep.
use my haste action to dash. So I forgot. I always forget about that. So I still do have my attack. Haste is yeah, haste is a good spell. Just when it comes off, it's it's not good if it ends too early. So he'll start whacking. Ooh,
All
that's
right.
not. No, that's not.
Yeah, so he's gonna dodge that first one.
So it's either me or the moonbeam, and then extra attack. I will 22.
Yeah, 22 will land a solid hit for 13. As there is an explosion of radiant energy, and he stumbles back.
All right, that'll
Doesn't
be my
look
turn.
wounded yet, though. Balefire.
So we're going to head in this direction. So there's 25. Another 10 is 35. And so sorry, the green circle, I can see it for the first time. Is that visual, or do I not?
So that would be basically like radiant energy that's kind of radiating off Gustav. So it does have somewhat of a visual element. You might not remember exactly what it does, but if he mentioned it, you probably would remember it's beneficial.
Right.
Yeah, you feel super awesome when you're in it.
Alright, so my first move will finish there. And then I guess I'll go ahead and dash with my bonus action right there.
Okay.
And I will use my action to swing away with my rapier.
Alright, so you take a lunge at this guy.
That doesn't look like that's gonna work.
No, he would kind of parry that with his bow, swinging it around and knocking your attack away.
Alright, that's it for me.
Alright, the Shadow Archer down there is dead. Schroeder.
I will use my movement to get here. Oh, I can't see him from here. Dang. Alright. Then I'll use a dash action. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And yay, I can see him now. And I'm also in the aura for the temp hit points. That'll be
Certainly are. Alright. Milo.
Stop.
Calgrad.
What's that?
First
Temp
off, I
hit points.
arrow that
Oh yeah.
hit me.
Right there.
Did you say you're going to shoot an arrow at him?
9.
Oh, no, I'm breaking off the arrow that hit me.
Okay.
You know, so the shafts are the only things sticking out of me. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my movement. Let's see. Here. It's 50, gonna dash to get to him. take some swings at him.
So did you dash as a bonus action?
Yeah, I'm a rogue.
Oh, you have multi-levels in rogue. Okay.
Or, I mean, I'm out of key points, but I can still bonus action thanks to rogue stuff.
Yeah, I know you have like Step of the Wind, but I forgot about the rogue stuff. All right. So go ahead. You can take your attacks on him. 24 would indeed cut him. He takes 9 and is looking wounded.
Second attack.
17 would strike him as well. For another 7. All right.
And that's it for me.
All right. Nico.
Yay. So I will come here. And then I will dash in. Oh, no, yes. I'll just come up next to Schroeder. Because being friends is fun. And that'll
What's
be
up,
it for me.
buddy?
Right.
Hey.
The slow buddies.
The Shadow Archer goes.
I take the Moonfire.
Yeah, so he needs to do a con save, which he would fail.
Alright, so he's taking. Ooh, this one hurts.
All
Nice.
right, he is looking very wounded as the energy sears him, and he is going to actually throw his bow down and say, "Wait, I yield," and step here, giving Gustav and Balefire oppies if they want to take them.
Oh yeah.
But he has thrown his bow down, so he's unarmed right now.
Oh, still. I mean,
Don't kill him.
All right, so you would swing, but 14 would miss as he dodges out of the way. And that's a reaction, so go ahead and spend it. Balefire, you said you're not swinging?
I'm not going to swing, no.
Okay. So at this point, we can drop out of combat if you're all accepting his surrender. If not, we're going to stay in rounds for the time being.
And let's see what he has to say. I'll kill him.
So
Alright.
one thing I'm going to do here is close the door and see if I can barricade it from inside, because I know the distraction's not going to last very long, and they are going to come back around the building.
All right,
I will
so
assist with that.
the group drops out of initiative as the battle
Alright.
ends.
I'll guard this guy. Milo, do you want to go check on your friends?
He's coming with me, so I'm going to grab him and drag him along with me.
Schroeder and Kalgrad attempt to close the door, which they do.
I'll go with Milo then.
all right. Assuming now that we're out of initiative, time passes. Much more reasonably. All of a sudden, Gustav just kind of like bends over a little bit and is just like breathing real heavy, like Hold on. Let me catch my breath as I am incapacitated for a turn due to haste.
Yeah. How long does a moonbeam last?
It lasts. I dropped the concentration, so
Okay,
that's
so
fine.
it's gone.
I'm just going to roll 2 more d6 for Nico and Schroeder in case they get more hit points.
So did you say you were pulling this guy with you, Milo?
Yes, I am.
All right. So he's not going to resist. He follows you.
So Nico, are you staying in my aura?
Am I in your aura right now?
Yeah.
You're 30
Get-
feet. Yes.
Yeah.
It's still lasting for 2 rounds.
Give it to Nico since I have 9.
No, I
it
have
can
9
be-
as well, so.
It can be
Oh,
for both of you.
okay.
If I roll a 6, you get 10. So,
Yeah.
so if you stay, I'm going to roll 2 for Nico. 1, Nico first. No, okay, so you get 9. And Schroeder.
Still at
Yep,
9.
You get 10. No, you get the 10. Schroeder, you get 1
Oh.
more.
Hey. Thank you.
All
There you
right.
go. That's
So,
the
Milo, you go over to the ruins here where your allies are being kept. You do see one of them is laying on the ground motionless. As you walk over, the first one over here, who is named Lakar, says, Milo, thank the gods you're here. Or maybe thank the Raven Queen or something. Could you untie us?
Still being drained, is it dangerous to go into this circle?
Oh,
I can find out for you.
I don't know.
Yeah,
He-
somebody tune to the arcane, please.
Schroeder, come here.
Nico, can you help Calgrod barricade the door?
Yeah, I'll go back and help barricade the door.
Thank you. Yeah, I will make an Arcana check on the sigil.
If they need healing, just yell or something.
All right. Let's speak in the other room. You don't need an Arcana check. Well, actually, yeah, make an Arcana check first. Okay. Yeah, let's speak in the other room for a moment.
Oh, wait.
I think I'll have.
All right. So you know that the crystal is indeed still draining them of their life force. You can stop the process by taking the crystal. However, once you do, you're pretty sure that it won't be able to be charged again. So this shadow crystal, basically, if these people were to die in there, it would gain power. But if they're free, then it would be just worthless crystal because you wouldn't know how to do the process again.
And what benefit would I get from letting this ritual finish?
It would create a shadow crystal, which you know are used for powering certain magical artifacts as well as valued by some of the people in Isik, like that one strange guy who was looking for them.
Can I tell if I can put someone else in the circle and take them out?
So you would need several living creatures whose life force is bountiful. Like weakened creatures probably wouldn't do much good. Like this guy who's your prisoner.
Well, these guys are already weakened by the sigil already, right?
Yeah, because it's been draining them.
Yeah, so would I not be able to just swap one of them out for the prisoner? As they're both around the same weakness?
That probably wouldn't work. You're not sure at this point if the ritual would drain new people.
Okay.
Yeah, you're pretty sure it's linked to them, this crystal. So you think it is safe to walk in there. Like it wouldn't drain a new person. It's basically meant to drain these two. And the third one who died already.
Yeah. Interesting.
Alright, so let's go back to the other channel. You can decide what you want to tell them.
Yeah,
Are you okay?
Yeah.
the
Hi.
wizard boy was our prisoner, not this stupid archer. I'm gonna try and question the archer quickly, though.
Okay.
Bellfire, you mind helping me out with this?
Sure, you want me to punch him in the nuts?
I mean, you're more persuasive than I am.
All right, we're gonna talk. I'll be good cop.
I basically need to know how to do this ritual again.
So the archer who hears you say all this will say in common, I am not knowledgeable of the arcane. If you wanted to know that, you should have left our wizard alive. And he points to the dead guy over here.
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
Why do you want to continue this? Wasn't it a bad thing?
Yes and no, it's making another shadow crystal.
So where's the no? It's not a bad thing, or is that the not bad thing?
That's the not bad thing, is making a new shadow crystal. The bad thing is that we can't swap out who it drains.
So we're looking at Milo's friends are just gonna die.
It's either they die or we don't get a new shadow crystal. It's up to you guys.
This guy says, "Well, just free us. We don't need a new shadow crystal."
I did that in telepathy.
Oh, okay. Who
To
did
all
you?
Yeah.
of us.
Yes.
There's a crystal on the podium, right?
Yeah. So there
It's
is
not
a
complete yet.
there's a crystal there that's kind of glowing. That you, well, if you have Arcana, you might assume it's attached to these sigils that are probably draining your allies.
Yeah, I would explain that to everyone via telepathy and just be like, the shadow crystals are extremely valuable, but I'm not certain we should just sacrifice your friends, obviously.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean,
I'm not even listening to this. I'm swinging at the crystal.
No, you
Yeah.
don't have to destroy it. Just take it out.
I don't care.
Are you physically hitting
You
the
just
crystal?
gave the option of either killing my
That's a
friends or
bad
not.
idea. Destroying the crystal is a bad idea.
Already done.
All right. So Milo is going to strike the crystal.
As he's swinging, I am Misty stepping the fuck away from it.
Do you have that as a reaction?
No.
Then you are not.
Ah,
You're like, wait.
Ah,
So yeah, you strike
great.
the crystal, which easily is destroyed. However, it releases a cloud of necrotic energy in a
Good job.
probably 20-foot radius.
deck save.
Yes.
Nice.
Dex.
So you might have just killed your friends anyways.
Let's see. So yeah, let me get dex saves from everyone. So that is.
How big
Luckily,
of
the crystal is not fully charged, so it's not that big of an or it's not as powerful as an explosion. So that would be good rolls though. 19 necrotic.
Half if you save.
Or half, and it's a con save. Sorry, yeah, it's a con save, not a dex save, because this is necrotic energy.
It's the same roll for me. Do you still want me to reroll?
No, it's fine if it's the same roll. So
Okay.
the DC is 15, which I think everyone made it. So if you made it, you would take 9, although the prisoners... Let me see if
So I'll
they
take
made it.
4.
They're tied up, so they're at disadvantage, unfortunately. Well, no, this is in dex, which is con, so they're
Save?
fine.
Yeah. Sorry.
So... The
Next
first
time,
guy
listen to the arcane one.
is like, ah, and he is wounded pretty bad. This guy does not make it, and he stops moving. And he yells, help him, help him! Does anyone have medicine?
Yes,
I do, but I'm
So-
not in the room.
I'm here and I have medicine.
Alright, do you want to run up and try to save him?
Yes.
Alright, give me a medicine check.
Ha!
Roll. So you take a quick look at him. He has some nasty withering from the explosion, but you do manage to stabilize him.
Good.
And this guy says, untie us! Get us out of this thing! And this is no longer draining.
Yeah.
Alright.
I will help untie the one I'm next to and just stabilized.
Okay.
And
So-
after which, I'm walking up to Nico or to Milo and yelling at him. Next time, don't hit the magical things I tell you not to hit.
Next time, don't tell me that you're thinking of killing them.
I never said that.
Oh, you said that it wouldn't be such a
It
bad
sounded
thing.
like
It's okay, Milo. It's...
No, I was explaining what I learned.
Or just... Oh, this guy's unconscious, actually. He says, He's probably going to walk over and make sure his friend's okay. So... Let's see. Yeah, it's okay, Milo. Thank you all for saving us. Who are these friends of yours, Milo?
There's some people I found in the city. Or they found me, depending on who you ask.
So this is the one guy.
Okay.
Can I
And
tell what race that is?
They look like Shadowkai, the same ones that
Okay.
had captured them. So Lakar says, I'm Lakar Uslo, and this is Akoa Dre, the unconscious guy. We are allies of Milo here. All of us have come from the Shadowfell. He says, you've saved
Nico,
us.
could we get some healing?
We thank you for saving us.
I will start moving inwards to everyone else.
So while she's doing that, I'm double checking in the room that I can see if there's any windows at the ground level or any other doors.
Yeah, that's fine. So you're looking around. So he would point to the third elf and say, unfortunately, Eiley didn't survive. She died about an hour ago, succumbing to the crystal. And there is a third elf who is unfortunately deceased in the crystal, or in the runic circle. But thank you all for saving us. So, were you able to defeat the cultists? Are we safe? As he sees Calgrod sort of looking out the window, worrying that there might be more danger to come.
So there are windows. There are windows at the ground level.
So yeah, they are. Looks like they're boarded up. I didn't really mark them on the map, but when you look out, you don't see any more of the Shadowkai. You do see a bunch of ghosts moving through the area. Looks like the sword wraiths.
I call everyone saying seems to be clear. The specters have probably either made them flee or taken them out. We can probably bring them back to the keep.
Did our prisoner survive that blast?
Which prisoner?
The archer.
Oh, I forgot about him. Did he? That's a good question.
Did he even have 9 hit points left?
He did not, so he is laying on the ground.
Dead.
Yeah, he was caught in a blast. Yeah, what does the group want to do?
I'm gathering all the bodies.
Search the bodies.
Well,
Check their
yeah, you
identification.
Alright, so you said you're gathering up the bodies?
Yeah.
Alright. They don't have identification. They do have some armaments on them. As you are gathering up the bodies and time is passing, is anyone else doing anything?
I'm keeping a watch.
I'm keeping a watch.
Identification, I meant like gold coins with their pictures on them.
Oh, gotcha.
Definitely checking the mage.
Are you getting the ones outside, or are you just leaving them out there for now?
For now, they can stay outside until we know that it's safe to go get them.
So, Calgrod, as you're keeping an eye out, you see several of the ghosts moving towards the building.
The sword race, right? Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to open. Are they going for the front door or are they kind of?
No, they just come through the wall over here.
Okay.
Oh.
So incoming friendly.
So they sort of, or Calgrod, I guess we can theater of mind this. So several of the ghosts come through the wall. There's about 6 of them in the room now. They sort of look over all the living, look to Calgrod, look to Balefire, and give you a little salute of respect. And one of them says, "The Shadowkai enemies have fled for now, those who were not slain. The area is secured."
Comrades.
Very well done.
And he just sort of nods. What did you say, Balefire?
I said, well done.
Oh, well
the
done,
diversion work.
comrades.
Thank you for your help.
Of course. If there's nothing else, we will return to the to our queen.
If it's not too much trouble, any of the slain bodies would you be able to bring here?
He looks at you curiously. He says, "The bodies are outside. We do not have the ability to move around physical creatures.
Fair enough.
We are wraiths." And with that, he would float back through the wall, the rest of them going probably back to see his queen. Alright, so you would continue with your search with the ones who are in here. Yeah.
I got called in here for healing. So Nico's just gonna be like, I've basically got one prayer left in me today.
So,
The one unconscious right here.
yeah,
Okay.
he looks like he is close to death with your training
looks-
in medicine.
Close to death. Would a medicine check or spare the dying be sufficient to stabilize, or does it
Already,
need to be?
already stabilized with my medicine check.
Yeah, he's already stabilized. At this point, he would just need to either rest to regain health or get magical healing.
If we're talking, there's one who's in dire need, and the rest can kind of get by.
Well, he'll most likely recover in a couple of hours if left untreated. But he's definitely not in a good state being unconscious like that.
I just mean because I have a level 1 spell and I can use Cure Wounds or I can use Prayer of Healing. But if it's just him who really needs it right now, then
Well, that's up to you. However you want to use your resources.
yeah, I'll use Cure Wounds on
Okay.
the unconscious one.
So you spend a spell to cast Cure Wounds. So he gains 5 recovering, and he can now see again. He looks around. And he says, "Oh, damn, that hurt. What happened?" "It's all right, friend. We're all right. This ally of Milo's healed you. Thank you, friend." And he sort of gives you this tiny little elf guy gives you like a pat on the waist because you're like, what, 7 feet tall.
A little more than that, yeah.
Yeah. Thanks.
Yep.
All right. So searching the bodies as you gather them up in a pile. So you find actually these guys are fairly well armed. They have their longbows, of course, the archers, but they also have blades. Does anyone have history?
Not this world history, but yes.
Okay. So you do actually, with your history, you can make a roll because this is extra planar stuff. The style of their weapons and the design make you think they're dark steel forged, which is just a type of weaponry the people of the Shadowfell use. Let's see. So the archers have their bows with a short sword and a long sword. So longbow, short sword, long sword. Pretty good weaponry, not magical or anything. And they also have studded leather armor. The shadow dancers have their chains, which I think you need special training to use. Well, actually, I don't know. Can you use a spike chain normally? Is that a martial weapon?
think it's a medium armor. You need the medium armor proficiency.
Or spike? Oh, the spike chain, the weapon. I mean, is that a martial weapon or is that like an exotic?
That's very exotic.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a existing weapon.
So yeah, they have their spike chains. They as well have studded leather armor. None of these guys are super well armed. And the wizard actually has a spell book on him.
Ooh, yoink.
Along with his robes, which don't look magical, and 100 gold pieces worth of components.
Any specific components?
Arcane components, sorry.
Yeah.
And, looking through his spell book, can we easily discern what the spells are?
Yeah, he doesn't have too many spells. Let me see. What spells does he have?
So as you guys are doing that, you see Calgord like measuring distance, spacing around the wall, and making sure there's no kind of secret passage or secret space in the walls. Then he's kind of shaking his head, and then he starts using the pommel of his dagger to start knocking the stone floor around the statues, around the altar, and all except inside the circle. So I'm looking for secret passage.
Okay, and just perception checks in general.
Hey.
So the Shadow Weaver has the following spells in his spell book. He's got Magic Missile, Shield, Mage Armor, Identify, and Detect Magic for his first level. For second level, he has Mirror Image, Web, and Blindness Deafness. For third level, he has Dispel Magic, Counterspell, and Fireball. Fourth level, he has Ever's Black Tentacles. That's
Can
his
we,
spell list.
I can't type that fast. Would you be able to type that in chat?
Jeez. All right.
Because I'm copying those spells that I don't have.
Is there a way I could just link these?
So, do we have to, if we want those, do we have to scribe them on the
Uh,
spells?
no. So, you could, I believe, and I'm not sure about this, but I think you can just memorize them out of his spell book.
No, you
No.
cannot.
I can.
No, you cannot. You have to copy them in your spell
Okay.
book or learn them from the spell book with the right
All right.
time, and you need 50 gold piece per spell level to
All right.
add
So
the
yeah,
spell.
you would have to scribe them, which yeah, like you were saying, would cost the ink and the pages in your spell books.
Yeah,
But yeah, once you
So for
scribe
me,
them,
just the time.
yeah, for you just the time.
yeah.
All right.
Another thing is that the spells in the spell book don't disappear like in a scroll, so the spell book
Yeah.
remains intact after
Yeah,
that.
because they don't have magic infused with them like the scrolls do.
Yeah.
Like they can't just be cast from a spell book; they have to be
Yep.
memorized
So,
like normal.
so once everyone gets the spells they want from it, we can sell it.
Yeah. So, hey, Schroeder, can I carry? Can I carry the book? You're welcome to study from it whenever you need to your reading, but
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
fine.
mind hefting it around.
That's fine.
How do we want to, DM Raven? How do we want to identify the book so we don't get confused later?
Just call it a Shadow Weaver spellbook
Okay.
because they have pretty standard spells, so I can just refer to that list.
All right. Thank you.
All right. So at this point, about 10 minutes has passed.
Is it just all the normal spells the Shadow Weaver would be able to cast?
Yeah, but the Shadow Weaver isn't an actual.
Oh,
It's not a monster in the books. It's like it's a spellcaster type I made for this group, so you couldn't look it up.
yeah. I was just seeing if there's an easier way to find the spells.
Unfortunately, not. I mean, I'm probably not going to give you access to their sheet. Let me see if I could type
No.
them up really quick.
I'm pretty sure I have all of those first level and third level spells. I think it's just the fourth and second level that I'm interested in.
So as all this is happening, Milo, your two buddies, kind of come up to you, and they say, they kind of lower their voices, and one of them says, Milo, can these people be trusted?
I think so. I mean, they're opposing the Shadow Lord, so at the very least they're not allies of the cultists.
He says, opposing the Shadow Lord. What do you mean?
Let's just say the Shadow Lord isn't as bound as we thought he was.
His eyes widened a bit. He says, are you serious?
Yes.
He's escaped. We need to get back. We need to tell the Pyre about this.
How are we supposed to get back?
I don't know. Well, if you think they're trustworthy, I guess for now we can stay with them. I think we were the only ones left, sadly. I think the others were either slain, and of course our friend here was drained, so she is gone.
Yeah. I don't think we could have gotten here any sooner. This city is crawling with the undead. We had to deal with them on the way here and just on the way to where they're currently held up.
Says, I don't blame you, my friend. I'm sure you did everything you could. We just have to stay close and keep our ears open. Make
Tell me,
sure. Go ahead.
did you overhear anything while you were captured?
They had spoken of meeting with their allies at some point, so I think there might be more of them here. They said something about scouting parties around the city. They didn't mention any specific places, but they said reinforcements would arrive later, which makes me think we probably shouldn't stay here too long.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Sorry for almost killing you back there.
No worries. I may have done the same thing if I knew my allies were being affected by some dark magical energy. He says, these shadow energies that people try to figure out and understand. I'm with you. I say just destroy them all. All right.
I don't know what it was a shadow crystal for. It doesn't get me anything good, so better it was gone than anything else.
And you don't have Arcana, right?
No.
Okay, so yeah, you would have no idea like what they are, what significance they have.
Or if it'll kill you when you break it.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I'm getting some echo feedback from you, Milo. I don't know if anyone else is hearing it, or is it just me?
Not hearing any echo.
Okay, so maybe it's just me. See. Yeah, it might just be some sound issue connection, but all right. So time is passing. As I said, you kind of search them all. You get the items. Calgrod, looking around the church, you don't see anything that seems out of place or something that might be a secret door. It just seems like a very old chapel. You would, do you have religious knowledge?
I do not.
Or proficiency, yeah. So, it wouldn't, the decor of this place doesn't really strike you as a specific deity, but yeah, as far as you can tell, there's nothing too secretive from what's left of this place.
Would I be able to tell if there's anything off since I have religion?
So this seems like a chapel that is more recently built, probably when the city of Isik was founded. It doesn't look like ancient architecture or anything. It looks like a chapel to Palor.
Huh.
Doesn't look like much is left here. A lot of the stuff was kind of destroyed or just old and falling apart. Yeah, but nothing strikes you as being too out of the ordinary.
Would I be able to gather essence from these guys or no?
From the Shatterkai?
Yeah.
No, they don't really.
Okay.
It'd be interesting to hear you try to find a respectful way of letting the still living allies
So
allow that.
To let me dissect their enemy?
No, they're dead friends.
They're dead friends.
I wasn't talking about that one. I was talking
Okay.
about the enemies.
Okay, my mistake.
Yeah, I gathered the enemies, not their fallen comrade.
Okay.
Well, remember, Frodo, we cannot see your face, so we don't know when you are like actually smiling or actually serious.
Kind of creepy.
Tone of voice.
You should just
That's all you get.
need
That's all you get.
the happy face mask, the sad face mask. You just switch them around. But no,
yeah, I
you
should just make like 20 different masks.
yeah, there's no essence to be gathered from most humanoids.
Okay.
So
Humanoids, you say?
Most humanoids, yeah. Which Shatterkai are.
Oh.
Generally, humanoids don't have as much of a
no.
magical connection to the world.
You left the armor. No.
What?
Balefire took the armor out of his portable hole.
Yeah, I gave it to
And?
you. Back to you.
No, I know, and we left it at the chapel.
Oh. Oh. You can carry the bodies with you.
I don't need to carry the bodies. They can walk by themselves.
Oh, they just don't. You don't need the armor to make them walk.
No,
Oh,
we
add to
need
your
the armor
undead.
to make them less squishy.
Ah, well, I can put it on when we get back to the chapel.
Yeah, but I would need a long rest. I do not have the spell for it.
Before you put all of the long swords anywhere, Nico is definitely claiming one.
One of the Shatterkai blades. Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, it's the 7th of winter at 5:20. You can take any of the armaments that they had. You can just add them to your sheet. Just make sure you're not adding too many.
Sorry, I was gone for a few minutes. Were there anything special about the long swords?
You want one?
Nothing
'Cause they're
magical.
pretty.
They're made of dark steel.
Yeah, they're made of a type of metal known as dark steel, which Schroeder
Ooh.
was telling you is a type of metal that can only be found within the Shadowfell. It's not it's not inherently magical, but it does take to certain enchantments better than normal steel. Otherwise, it has very similar properties.
I'm gonna
Okay.
grab one of the short swords then.
Do I just add a longsword to my inventory then?
Well, you can add dark steel longsword, which is kind of a custom thing. It's just a longsword. You just add the word dark steel.
That I can do.
Yeah.
Are there any like a dagger, scimitar, or short sword?
Short swords.
They do.
Yes.
Yeah. So the archers had short swords and long swords.
Where can I put this in notes?
I will take a short sword, dark steel. Well, probably a long sword then.
Algrad, does that have to go in as short sword, comma, dark steel into
Yeah.
Discord?
Yeah. So that
Alright.
we.
All this custom stuff. So yeah, what does the group want to do?
So let's go back to the last question to Schroeder, pointing at the circle. Can we make sure that circle is never used again?
Isn't used again? You'd probably have to destroy the pedestal.
I have a hammer.
So this pedestal definitely does not look like it was part of the original construction. You're wondering where they got it.
So it's the same obsidian pedestal where Butcher did his.
No, not this.
Oh, okay.
This.
This altar is actually just a normal altar. I just didn't have a good altar picture, so I used that one.
Okay, so it's not a blackstone altar.
No. It's normal.
Wait. Can I make an Arcana check to see if... Or, no, it probably wouldn't be Arcana. Would we be able to use that somewhere else? If we were able to, like, take it with us? Yeah.
You'd guess. I mean, it's probably more of a focus than an actual, like, magical... It's not actually stuck to the floor here, so you're not sure where they got it from. It definitely does not match the decor of this place. It looks very heavy, though.
Yeah.
Like, you imagine it might take several people to carry it or move it here. Or maybe someone summoned it here.
At the moment.
And you kind of look at the dead wizard. But you're not sure how they got it here.
You're free to destroy it if you want to just break it. I was just asking. Yeah, go for it.
Does anyone oppose to me smashing this thing or trying to?
It's fine with us.
Not gonna put it in my hole.
Sorry, what did this guy say?
Oh, he just said, it's fine with us, my friend.
Okay, then I'll swing my warhammer at it.
Alright, so Nico just smashes the crap out of this pedestal, and it is destroyed.
I'm gonna take out all of my frustration at those at those archers.
So as you're doing that, this guy sort of walks over towards Gustav. He looks to you and says, hello, friend. I noticed radiant energy flowing from you, but I didn't notice a symbol on you. I was just curious what god you worship. I am Lakara, by the way, and he bows. Sorry, I forgot to introduce myself. And you are? You still there, Gustav?
He said he's gonna have to like be AFK occasionally because of contractors.
Oh, okay. Well, I will get back to him later then with that. All right.
I just got back. Sorry, what was that? I think somebody saying something.
Yeah. So one of the shadow elves approached you, the Shadow Kai. He said, "My name is Lakara," and he was asking what your name was.
Hello, Kara. My name is Gustav. Nice to meet you.
Says, "Well met, friend. I notice holy energy flowing from you. May I take it that you are a paladin of some kind?"
Yes, I channel the power of the gods through me.
And I was curious which god you follow. I didn't notice a holy symbol.
I don't really have one in particular. I'm more a vessel of vengeance, I like to say. I think the gods saw me as somebody who had the capability to do good things, and they embodied me with the power to do so. There wasn't any specific moment or trigger or god that bestowed anything upon me.
This is how strange. I don't think I've ever met a paladin who was not granted his powers by a god.
I mean, for
Interesting.
all I know, perhaps there is one specific that took a liking to me and my plight and gave me the power to change things, but if that's the case, they so far have not revealed themselves to me.
Says perhaps fate has brought you here. Perhaps the Raven Queen watches over you. Are you familiar with her?
I've heard her name, but I was never much of a religious student, as I was a mercenary before I became a paladin, so I don't know much about her.
He says, well, she is quite the divine being, mistress of the dead, to help ferry the souls of the lost into their final rest." And he would just start talking to you a bit about the Raven Queen.
Okay.
Is the Raven Queen, sorry, out of character, is the Raven Queen at odds with the Dark Maiden?
Who is the Dark Maiden?
She's the.
Please try. It's
Illustre?
Illustre. Yeah.
That's a good question. Illustre.
I'm just trying to figure out whether Balefire's going to start choking listening to them.
Just choke him out. I don't like. Illustra. Is that Illistra?
Oh, it's a weird spelling. It's the dancer in the moonlight, or I don't know if you can find her.
Oh, is it a standard god or is it like a?
It's Eilis. Aelis
So
the
wait,
chaotic good draw goddess of beauty.
Eilis what?
Hold on, let me post it.
Yeah, give me a copy pasta here.
Yeah. It's let me do that in that.
Check in if there's god beef going on right now.
Alright, come on.
I'm not too familiar with her, so I can't answer off the top of my head. Oh yeah, that is a weird spelling.
Yeah, it is.
It's not. It's kind of a moot point, I guess. It was just going to be some flavor. We don't need.
Well, it's good to know. It could be an interesting bit of lore here. I don't think. Here, let me just do a quick Raven Queen search.
I don't think there's a connection myself, but that's up to you.
Yeah.
Now, what about
No,
Cord?
there's
Does
no
Cord
there's
have-
no mentioned connection, so I'm going to assume that there's no beef between them. Cord, no. Cord doesn't really have a connection to either of these people.
Yeah.
So what does everyone want to do?
Well, we're pretty beaten up, so let's head back to the keep, right?
I want to go search the first room because it looked like it had a whole bunch of cabinets and stuff.
Searching around this place, there isn't really much things of value. I mean, most of it's just really old and like decrepit paintings, and there's a couple of books that are like falling apart, but nothing that looks very valuable. Just some old holy books of Palor.
Oh, okay. So nothing of interest on the shelves.
Are the carpets actually new, or are they old and decrepit?
Yeah, everything in here is pretty old and decrepit. Not necessarily, like, the bookcases aren't necessarily rotting. The carpets are probably frayed and falling apart. Looks like they've had some heavy necrotic damage to them. Probably like everything else when that ritual happened.
Alright, so I'll unbar the door and block the door from whatever we barred it with.
So Lakara says, Milo, Kodre, I need your help carrying our sister.
Of course.
We will bring her for burial.
If
That's the Raven
if
Queen
I may,
demands.
I can also help carry her.
Now remind me, Milo, are you religious, or are you kind of more don't care?
It's sort of a fine line.
Okay.
I mean, I'm proficient in religion, but I do follow the Raven Queen.
Okay, so you are a practicing Raven Queen person.
More from a practical standpoint, life and death, it's a natural thing, that kind of thing.
Yeah, she is the 99% most followed Shadowfell deity. So most of the Shadowkai, the Shadow Elves, do follow her. All right, so I'm not going to make you all move out of here. That's fine. We'll just say you leave this place.
Are we gonna quickly grab the stuff from the dead dudes outside?
Yeah, sure. Well, I mean, they're just more shadow dancers, so if you want to grab any... Did you take all the armaments from the guys inside? Or you mean, like, money?
Money.
So none of them seem to have any money.
I was just curious if Balefire wanted to grab their swords and bows. Because I know there was
the spike chains. They don't have the swords and bows.
Oh, I thought we killed one of the archers outside.
Not as far as I see. I think they all ran inside, and then you killed them.
Did you say they were longbows?
The archers had longbows, yes.
I have no need for the bows unless they're
I'll probably pick one with a quiver and 20 arrows. I'll do that unless somebody needs them. But there's at least two, right?
I'm good with that one.
You could have gotten 20 arrows from them. That's fine. So where is the group headed?
Is there somewhere safe where we can bury the dead? Perform a ceremony or something?
Is there anything in the keep? Could we bury her in the keep? That would be
in the keep, or maybe by the big church where the Warforged are.
So Lakara thinks. He says, well, I think wherever we can find a grave would be proper. I mean, I would like to bring her back to the Shadowfell with us for burial ceremonies with her family, but I realize that might not be an option. So
we can preserve her. We can preserve her body. We can put her in I have a portable hole we could put her in.
He looks at you. Kind of looks at you strange. He says, "Portable hole. What is this?"
Oh wait, I can't open that in the Shadowfell, can I? That would be bad. Never mind. I apologize. I ramble sometimes when I get crazy ideas. Apologize.
He shrugs. Says, "There's a yard out here, but unfortunately, I think it would be dangerous to stay here. If you all know of a patch of ground where we could place her within the earth."
Was there not a full cemetery, but was there a graves area at the big church?
The cathedral did have a graveyard, yes, where the Warforged are.
Do we want to go there and maybe ask a couple of the Warforged to just keep an eye out while we perform a burial?
I don't think we'll survive the journey. We're beaten, we're low on resources. I just don't think we can get there.
Do we have a safe place we could go to rest for the time being?
Yes.
Oh, maybe we should go there and we can just bury her later. we can bring the body.
Yeah, that'd probably be the best thing to do.
All right. So where are you all headed?
Back to
To
Zana's.
the keep. Yeah, to the market square, and then underground to the keep.
Okay. So you head back to the fountain. You are in a dangerous territory, so I need a d20 roll for events.
We go slow this time.
Eh.
We'll try to stealth if we can.
Alright, so you're moving stealthily through the city at a very slow pace. There are some ghouls moving about, but luckily the market is actually pretty close, so it's not long before you enter the Shadow Wraith or Sword Wraith area, which brings you over to the fountain here and into the underground area of the Sword Wraith Queen. Where do you want to go from there?
Back toward Karen and the stairs, and to the. We are going to meet with the hobgoblin, right? We are going to stay and spend the night at the smithy.
Alright, so you're going to go through the tunnels. These are a bit of a danger area because they're not fully cleared.
Yep.
And there was that cave-in with the dwarven subway that you found.
There were a couple cave-ins.
Yeah. So you're going to try to make it through here for the evening before you go rest?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, then I need another events roll. I think you have this area mapped out, right? Didn't someone say they were drawing a map of it?
Calgrod was mapping
Yeah, I
pretty
do
well
have a
everywhere we
map,
go.
but let me see. I have a map of
Because they are winding tunnels.
Princess Tarana to Karen. I have the map of the Elven Bones Under Cave, but that's not the one. I think I have Princess Tarana to Karen, and then from Karen it's pretty easy to find the Missy.
Yeah. Alright, so you do have this mapped. 14.
Yep.
Alright, so through the underground you make your way, returning safely to the keep. But you are underground, so you don't see any of that. Alright, so it's probably about 7 o'clock in the evening. The sun set when you return to the keep. Akodre and Lakara seem fascinated by this keep and the little setup you have. One of them...
We introduce them to our card and warn them that they pay difference to our card and his men, and be respectful of the hobgoblins.
He nods and says, of course, allies will be treated with respect. So, yeah, what does everyone want to do at this point? Are we just trying to pass a long rest?
Oh, yeah.
Very much so.
Fire to go when it gets dark. Go talk to Zana.
Alright, so you go talk to your dragon friend. So, I'll just go through the list. Schroeder, are you doing anything tonight? I'm guessing that's a no. Calgrod, are you doing anything tonight?
No, long resting.
Okay, Balefire?
Yeah, I'm gonna go.
You said
date
you're
night.
speaking to Zana. Alright. So are you just going to hang out with her, or did you want to have a specific conversation?
I don't think we have a topic of conversation, so it'll be just a kind of a hangout, stroking her red dragon ego, and
All right.
trying to build a sincere connection.
So,
Alright.
Balefire, before you head out, could I see the book?
Oh yeah, I'll hand him the book so you can start reading it.
Thank you.
Alright, so as you go up there, you would get to the tower, and you see, as you step through, the alarm would go off. Well, actually, no, probably at this point she would have made it, so you don't set off the alarm. But as you go down, you see her kind of getting up. It looks like she's getting ready to go kind of fly around the city for the evening. When she sees you, she would quickly assume her humanoid form and say, Balefire, what is it? What brings you to my lair?
I just wanted to catch up, let you know what we accomplished, and there's some cultists, some Shadowstalkers High cultists were here, and they captured some other people from the Shadowfell that were here. I think they were hunting. I can't remember exactly. I think they were hunting the cultists or something. So we have a couple more allies now. So I just want to let you know that there's some other Shadowfell beings here.
Did they give you the name of their organization? She says, kind of narrowing her eyes a bit.
I think I overheard something about a pyre or something, but I don't know if that was like the good guys or the bad guys. But if you want to come talk to our new friends, you're welcome to come speak with them.
She says the Midnight Pyre. Is that who they are?
Again, I got to tell you, I wasn't really paying attention. So,
If they are the Midnight Pyre, then I do know a bit of their organization. I know that they were enemies to the Shadow Lords, so they were most likely trustworthy. Still, I'd keep an eye on them till you know more. Do you want to try to convince her to stay here a while and hang out instead of go flying around?
yeah.
All right, give me a persuasion check.
To this relationship.
Come on, let's just stay home tonight.
For a little bit.
All right. So you are, as usual, very persuasive, and she decides to stay and hang out and talk. So you kind of improve your relationship with her, and yeah, you can. I guess you can mark that you have her as a more solid resource now under one of your resources, the Shadow
Resource.
Dragon. Nico, were you doing anything tonight?
Probably gonna see if I can like scratch a symbol of cord onto the new sword, but nothing fancy, and then just
Just so you have your holy symbol ready.
yeah.
Now, do you have blacksmith tools?
No, I was gonna use like a rock or something.
So if you're doing that, go ahead.
Sorry, in the smithy though, we establish that there were blacksmith tools?
There were, yes. You would still have to know how to use them. But
Yeah.
I'll say Nico, the smith who's working there, sees what you're doing, and he offers to just embed the symbol on your sword, like the proper way.
Oh, that's nice.
I accept. Thank you very much.
He says it won't take that long.
And
to
I will
etch it
offer
on
him, as an offer of friendship, I will offer him an elven pinky bone. It's old, but it is immaculate.
He gives you a bit of a strange look, taking it. Kind of worried what might happen if he rejects it. What about Milo? You doing anything, Milo?
Sticking close to Makara and Koa.
Yeah, keeping an eye on them.
Yeah.
And Gustav, are you doing anything?
You know, this is a very eventful time. I mean, I joined this party, fought Shadow Lord, and things have just kind of gotten way above generally what I consider my pay grade is. And for the first time, probably in a long time, I would spend the night meditating in prayer.
All right. So actually, during the evening, one of the shadow elves would approach you again and wish to speak more about the Raven Queen.
Okay.
If you permit that, or do you or do you just want to meditate?
No, I would talk with them. Yeah, if they want to talk, I would talk.
All right, so yeah, he's kind of teaching you more about her tenets. You can probably tell he's maybe hoping to convert you to her ways. Whether or not you want to be converted is, of course, up to you. But let's see. Go ahead and spend some food. Each of you a day's worth of food from your rations to stave off.
I have a spell slot that's available for that. Sorry.
All right, so you're gonna
I
cast.
was also going to be doing something.
I'll cast create food and water.
All right, go ahead and spend the spell slot.
Yeah.
So luckily,
gonna-
Orcard and
Sorry, I have a 4th level spot that I'm using.
all right.
That's what it is.
So you did have one slot left.
Yeah, I just used my last 4th level spot.
Okay.
Sorry.
So Orcard and his people seem to have food, so they eat theirs. You create food and water. It's not the most tasty, but it is nourishing, so you all don't have to worry about starving. So the evening would pass otherwise quietly within the keep. Go ahead and long rest, gaining
I
boon.
was going to study a spell.
I'm going.
Okay.
Yep, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead and study the spell, and you can add it. I'm not.
I'm going.
However, that works for you. I'm not sure the mechanics.
I just need to take the time.
Okay. Go ahead, Calgrod. What were you saying?
So I'm going to summon Dija in a spider form, and I'm going to cast. So you were doing to kind of make my shield like a holy symbol. I have to do something after a long rest.
So I think you can, as a cleric, I think you can put your symbol on your shield or sword, right? Isn't that the rules for
Well,
that?
I want to do that on the shield. Well, I don't think there's formal rules. I use in my campaign I use a ceremony spell. You have to use this to cast the ceremony spell. So I don't know how you want to do it on your on your side, but if I can do it, I would.
So for now, I'd say you just have to have it displayed on there.
Okay.
And actually, the hobgoblin would probably offer to do that for you too.
Ooh,
If
nice.
yeah, he
So
says he's pretty much done with the cog, so at this point he has some time. It'll probably take him about an hour to etch it in there. So,
okay, so I'm showing him the symbol of Shandakul, and I have the amulet, and and asking him to do that on my shield. And
all right,
thank you.
he nods, and I should give this guy a name because he's been doing a lot of work for the group.
Actually, I'm going to pay him a little bit here. Let me see what I have.
His name is Vior.
I'm going to give him.
Vijor. J is silent.
I'm going to give him 6 gold pieces for the work.
Okay. He thanks you. Goblin Smith, and you gave him 6 gold pieces. All right, so you all wake up refreshed in the morning. One level of exhaustion would be healed. Half your hit dice would be restored, which I think at this level is 5, and of course your HP and resources would be restored. So it is a new day. It is 7 a.m. on the 8th of winter. What does everyone want to do? Or what does the group want to do?
I'd like to give the fallen proper burial somewhere, but if we're saying that can wait, then that can wait.
So the Shadowkai seem like they're doing a lot better. Lakar is going to approach the group and say, I've heard from my ally here that you all are familiar with the Shadow Lords. Is that true?
Too familiar.
What do you know of them? And more importantly, are you sure they've been released? Or
Yes.
are you sure he's been released?
Well, we fought one of them and
So
managed
you say,
to make.
sorry, real quick, you say 2 of them, Calgrod?
Yes.
So he would look to you and say 2 of them. So we know of Gaivok. Who is the second?
Malek is his apprentice and is the one that actually destroyed that city. We fought Gaivok, and he returned to the Shadowfell.
You stood toe to toe with the Shadow Lord. Wow, impressive.
He was a coward.
He was.
Well, that's
I'll second that.
But I was like a bitch.
they say the Shadow Lords are extremely powerful. That's impressive that you were able to fight him off. Now you say there's a second one, someone named Malik, and he's
His
the one
student.
who did this to the city.
Yeah.
he looks to Milo and his ally and says that must be why the cultists have been coming here. They must have some plan, something they're working on with the Shadow Lord, this Malik.
Well, we know what they're after, but we are, and that is, I mean, that is one of the reason we have the hobgoblins here. We are gathering a kind of army to go down in the undercave to interrupt Malek's ritual to open the vault. There is a vault in this world that has items that Malek seems to want, and actually he has two of the three keys already. So we protect the third key until we can be ready to face him.
A cadre steps forward and he says, "Do you know what's inside this vault? Any idea of what he might be after?"
More powerful weapons and artifacts.
It's not like a Shadow Lord to seek weaponry, Kodra says.
Well,
So there
weaponry
is
to magic users can be many different things.
yes, there is a story in this world. You may not be familiar with the cycles of this world, but they are like driven by cataclysm.
Oh,
And there is a story about
he says, our people are familiar with the cycles of your world. It's something that the Shadowfell does not have to deal with. But at least we know." And he kind of points to Milo and Lakara. He says, "We know of what your world must endure."
well, there is a tale about the Nightweather, the first city that came upon there, and constant weapons that are actually helping against the cataclysm. And I've been an archaeologist for all my life, and seeking things about these weapons. I believe that may be what the vault is hiding.
I'm not familiar with this night weather. It must be some sort of human lore. But if the Shadow Lord seeks some of this night weather magic, we must prevent him from getting it. If you were able to stand up to Gaivok, I'm sure we can stand up to this Malik, especially with the help of the Midnight Pyre, or our organization.
And this
And
time I know of a way to stop him from leaving.
well, I was about to ask to both of them. Does your pyre have a way to prevent anyone to enter the Shadowfell from this plane, for example?
One of the wizards might. None of us have any type of magic like that. We're more warriors
I would love to meet one of these wizards.
as well.
Yeah.
If you can get us back to the Shadowfell, I'd be happy to introduce you. None of us are from this plane.
Well,
Ah,
we have another question though, because we know that they stole one of the items from one of our friends' world and brought it to the Shadowfell. Where do the Shadow Lords, or did Gaivok live? Um, what was his place in the Shadowfell? Where was he located?
So he would sort of look to Milo and say, I I am very appreciative that you all saved us, though I'm not sure I can reveal too much of what we know just yet. At least not until we know for sure that you are allies. And we would have to speak with some of the higher ups in the pyre before we reveal too much. I hope you understand.
well, if you do not know of a way to return, how did you get here in the first place?
Our wizard, who unfortunately was killed in the ambush. He
But the
says,
other wizards in your group would know how to send us back if we were to travel there with you.
says yes, I'm sure we could find someone to help you planeswalk if needed. But
Then
the
would it
hard
not
part,
be better for us to fight Malik and let him make that portal so we could go there with him to finish him and Gaivok off and retrieve Balefire's item?
So he would say.
That was a question for the group.
Oh, okay. I don't know what's the
I
group going to
agree.
say.
Yeah, I would agree with Schroeder. That seems like
If
a good plan.
if we're gonna jump through into the Shadowfell, I want to make sure that we're prepared because I mean everything we've been told so far is that it's a pretty inhospitable place. Although,
Not impossible. You'll have several natives with you.
yeah,
Yep.
I'm not against the idea. I just want to be prepared. I've planeswalked before into locations, and then found like my gear was trapped inside of a into magical holes which I couldn't access when I went across the plains and stuff. So I feel it's best to make sure you're carrying what you need to and things like that. Also, if we're going back to the Shadowfell, we should check with Zana and see if she's interested in trying to jump through with us. I don't know if she'd be happier there or happier staying here.
I don't think she would want to go back, but that's just my opinion.
From what you've spoken to her, Balefire, she does not have good memories of the Shadowfell, because that's kind of how she lost her,
Right.
her as she calls it, her luxurious red scales, which she
Yeah.
misses. One of the things she misses the most was the look of being a red dragon.
Just trying to be conscientious
Well,
of that. So
red is a very pretty color.
Who is this Zana you keep speaking of? Yes, who is this Zana? We have not seen her.
Schroeder will just casually say, a dragon.
Oh. Well, I guess maybe it's better we haven't seen her then.
She's friendly.
Right.
Yeah,
We saved her
she's
life.
Sort of
She's-
friendly.
neutral.
But
we
she's
like her.
she's tolerant. She's friendly to some, tolerant to most of the others.
but just
Just
barely.
don't steal her stuff.
Yeah.
She is a shadow dragon, so she was unfortunately affected by the Shadow Lords and created, or I guess created by the Shadow Lords. But she has no love for them.
Interesting. I didn't realize that they had the ability to create shadow dragons.
More to change dragons into shadow dragons through high exposure of necrotic energies.
I'm assuming. Or go ahead.
Actually, that could be meaningful, but Gavok tried to get us to kill her in order to fight Malek, but we don't know what his exact goal was.
They just shrug. They say, we don't know much of how the magics function." Well, what is your plan now?
That's what we're trying to sort out. Are we going for the vault? Are we gonna try and? Oh, what about the cog? We're gonna go drain the swamp.
Yeah, we have the cog, so I think we should drain the tunnel and then head for the vault with everybody now, and hope that we have enough. No, we can probably gather the Warforged, try to see the Warforged would join us, and then if they join us, then we can head down and try to get to the vault.
Vior would nod and he would say, "Yep, I have your cog right here," as the hobgoblin hands over the odd-looking piece of machinery. I'm not sure who wants to take it, but yeah, it looks fairly similar to the broken one. You think this should work?
Give that a try.
All right, so you're heading down into the dungeon area.
Hold on, should we go visit the Warforged before we do that? I'd like to kind of make sure if we can get the Warforged to come with us.
We probably need to get nimble before going back to the.
Well,
yeah,
Nimble is with us, right?
And
no,
Nimble
hanging out with
stayed, with Chiron, I
Yeah.
believe.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I think he stayed in the library. It would be so the Warforged do have a large number of troops. I don't think they've agreed to help you with anything yet, but I guess you could try to talk to them.
I think we should at least before we head down, and because once we unflood the tunnel, it's going to happen in the distance. We don't know how much Malek will actually see or learn about it, but we need to move. We need to move immediately after we unflood the tunnel, and move as fast as we can towards the vault with everybody we can.
Yeah, and I imagine unflooding the vault is not going to be quiet.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so you want to go
So
try to talk to the Warforged?
While we're there, you guys can talk to them while a few of us maybe do a burial ceremony.
that's a good point too. Yeah, we can. Yeah, very good.
Yes,
All right.
Raeli.
So we'll do some traveling. So I need D20 events roll. So once again, you go through the. Who are you asking, Balefire?
My tramp stamp.
Oh, right. He has
Before we
been
leave,
he's been
just before
sort
we
of
leave,
quiet.
I'm giving a book to Wildfire. Can you put that in your hall? It's no, there's no
Well,
ill
keeps the watch.
intent. It's a woodcarver. It's a book. I'm learning woodcarver right now, but it's getting a bit heavy on my equipment.
Yep.
All right. Thank you.
So that's what you get. D20 got a 3. Alright, so you'd make it through here. Head out of the fountain. Oh, you can see again.
Hey.
Give me another events check as you move through the dangers of the city. 6. Yep, back into the danger zone. You actually are able to move through. The ghouls are mostly distracted. I assume you're going stealthy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you make it to the church at about 11 a.m. in the morning. Moving carefully and quickly, or just maybe carefully and quietly through the city. The Warforged archers allow you entry as they remember you.
Right.
What do you want to do?
I would probably chat with sorry, I'm forgetting the allies' names, but with Milo's allies about going around to the little cemetery area and uh burying their
Alright, so you're setting up like a little ceremony to do that.
yeah.
I assume Milo's joining you for that, right?
I am.
So yeah, the Warforged find it a peculiar request, but they will give you access to the graveyard area because they're not really using it.
Perfect.
So that's you and Nico. What about the rest of you?
So we're going to go visit Shudder. We're going to go visit Queen and talk with her.
Yeah, I'll ask for an audience with the queen.
Alright, so you go down into the basement. Now, did you bring Nimble with you, or did you leave him at the library?
Oh,
Yeah.
we would have brought him.
Okay. So he's going to go down below and talk to some of the people. And I'm going to do the ceremony in the graveyard first. So what are you doing? Anything besides just burying her? Using anything to do a ceremony or?
So I would have picked up on the fact that they definitely worship a different deity than I do. I can provide like I can do a ceremony ritual, but I'd probably let them take the lead on any speaking or anything, just out of respect for.
Yeah, so they'll of course welcome the official ceremony of a cleric, but they'll do like the last rites of the Raven Queen.
Yeah.
Gustav, you would be invited to join if you want to.
Yeah, I would join.
All right. So they bring you kind of over, and they would show you the rites as they kind of bless her and put her into the ground. Nico, you do a ceremony as a ritual, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I will remove the components.
All right. So Milo, and I'll say Nico, you feel good about doing this. Wait, what's Nico's alignment? Maybe you wouldn't care as much. Let me see.
I mean, I wouldn't feel bad about it.
Because Milo definitely has a connection. I don't know. Oh yeah, yeah. So you'd feel good about doing this the way it's supposed to be done, and I'll say
Yeah.
you two gain an inspiration point.
Okay.
Milo
Sweet.
and Nico.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gustav, probably not as much just yet. You'd probably be interested by the ceremonies, but I don't see you as being overly inspired by them. At least not yet, because you don't have that connection.
Yeah, I can understand that.
So down, yeah. So down below, you are given an audience with what's her name, Demi Prime. She would come out and actually have a new form instead of being the large robot. She looks a little bit different. Actually, I don't know if I have this picture here, but I'll check anyway. Might have to grab it. You know what? Actually, we're at about 12:50. Why don't we take a 5-minute break so I can grab the
Alright.
picture?
Sure.
Ooh,
Then I'll
and I
have it when we
can
get back.
add more pictures of the towel animals.
That's true.
Milo, we are glad to have met you. You and your friend, I think, will be really useful in our quest going forward.
Seems like this quest is the only way for them to get home, so they'll be quite eager to help.
Good, good, good. We have no idea how difficult the fight will be down there with the Malek, because we are still not sure who are his allies. There is a group of undead man flayers called the Alund that are controlling actually the bird that you see flying over Isik. And we believe probably the Revenants, but we're not sure if the Haloons are actually working for Malek or not.
So much we don't know.
Yeah, well, we're starting to get the hang of thing. By the way, Schroeder, as we are talking about, do we have a shadow crystal ourselves? Or do we
I
have one
believe
or
we do.
two? So how many do we have?
That I believe would be a question for Balefire. I think he's holding on to them.
Okay. Because one of the things we would want to make sure that Malek does not get more shadow crystal from
Oh yeah.
us visiting. And I remember there was this house where there was a guy that was collecting shadow crystals. You
Mm-hmm.
remember? It was
Utan?
yeah,
it?
Utan. So we haven't really followed up on him, but maybe on our way back we can ask him if he wants to try to get more shadow crystal by helping us against Malek.
Yeah.
I think we had two. We had the one that we got, that we used to get to teleport, and
Mhm.
then we got one in there that was like the demon crystal or whatever.
Yeah,
Oh
we
yeah,
have
yeah.
the demon one, and we have one normal shadow one.
Oh, the one that was in the wall of the
Mm-hmm.
house.
Yeah, the one in the
Yeah.
wall, and then the
Right.
demon one from. And did we get another one from the room where Balefire got his tramp stamp?
That was the demon one.
Yeah,
That was
that
the
was the
demon one.
demon one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
there
So
was one more that we left because it was sealing the Baylor.
Yes. and
Okay.
we didn't want to do that because
Yeah.
that would have ended poorly.
That would have been worse than Malik.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. We
Yeah,
don't know
I remember
we-
doing the medicine check to see what his health was. Probably still have it written down somewhere.
Well, until you see what Malek's are, we cannot really know for sure.
I mean,
I
I
imagine
think-
it was somewhere relatively the same as Skybox.
Yeah, and we got Guyvok real close.
Yes.
Like, real close.
But of course, it wasn't a spell that he used to tear the fabric of reality for a portal, so couldn't stop him.
Yeah, like, I think it was less than 20. I think it was less than 15.
Yeah, he was healing from some of his attacks, but
Yeah. Like, it would have taken about 40 points of damage, but... Yeah. Oh well. Next time.
Even learn.
What's the time frame on how long this stuff's taken that everyone's doing?
Mine's gonna be just over an hour.
Okay.
You're with us talking to
the queen.
You're with us talking to the queen, right?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Who would I have gone with? But I guess-
Definitely talking.
Yeah, we need you with the queen.
All right. Then I would go with Calgrod. My
Alright.
bro.
Hi, bro.
Hey, bro.
All right, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Actually, I don't know. Has this group met Demi Prime yet?
I have
You met her in her big Warforged form.
E. And inside the hollow, where she revealed her big form.
Well, I think in the Hollow she was more of just a voice, but I think
Yeah, but she did reveal it the last time I went into the hollow to talk to her.
Oh, all right.
I remember you giving a cool description of it.
Mm-hmm. Like Optimus Prime.
Yep, look like this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
A very, very large creature.
Oof. Yeah, gargantuan. Right?
We can pit her against the Loch Ness monster.
It's like that's a.
She has a pretty cool shield.
Yeah, pit fight.
She's actually only huge, even though it looks gargantuan.
Alright.
Only huge.
Because I actually would have placed her as gargantuan as well.
Great picture.
But she's probably at the higher side of gargantuan, like maybe, or higher side of huge, like 20 feet tall.
And that's probably when wolves regret being allied with goblins.
Yeah.
That scene. What are we doing with these goblins on our back?
Yeah. Why are we
Those-
running at this metal thing?
Those wolves almost look like they have like weasel heads.
Yeah, that is very true.
Weasels
actually.
are great.
Yeah. They may be weasels.
Is everyone back? We ready to get going again?
I believe Milo stepped away.
Oh, man, sorry to hear about your car, Gustav. I just saw your post.
Thanks. Yeah.
That sucks. Man.
Fun morning.
Oh, wow.
So that,
Are you in the West Coast, like near Seattle? That's where we feel
Yeah.
all the time. Are you?
Yeah, I'm down in Oregon.
Oh, in Oregon. Okay, yeah. I'm in Seattle, so
All right, West Coast, West Coast.
yeah.
Don't know about that.
I don't know about that, yes.
Look, it has to be true. It rhymes.
No, I know their politics and I know Washington's governor. No.
Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me into politics discussion.
Alright. So let's move ahead to talk to the Queen. That's another kind of politics.
Exactly.
So is this was her old form and she has a new form now?
Well, so is I guess Milo's not here anyway, so we can get going. But or Nimble would go down into the vault, and a little while later, he would emerge with a warforged that looks very strange. Looks like
Ooh.
that. She approaches the group and she says,
Really?
"Allies, I have heard that you wish to speak to me directly. Nimble says that there is something you require the assistance of my people on."
Can I tell right away that that's Demi Prime? By like her aura or something?
I mean, I don't know if there's like an aura about her, but you would assume it's Demi Prime just because she spoke as if she was her.
Yeah.
You could always ask the Warforged.
Do we have like our connection or
And so I'll say that Nimble kind of realizes the confusion and says, "Oh, my apologies. This is Demi Prime. She has the ability to shift between different Warforged bodies."
Yes, I was aware of that. It's a much fitting form for everything going on.
Yes, she says, I was actually, I had this form in storage, and I figured rather than using the elevator to cart my battle form up every time I wish to speak, I should use my diplomat form.
A wise choice. But yes, it would be beneficial for both groups, I believe, if we allied to face Malik.
She thinks for a moment and says, there is much danger in confronting the Shadow Lords. I do not feel there is much benefit to my people for involving ourselves in the struggles of Isik and the different factions, as they have not moved against us.
Didn't he hack your hollow operating system, didn't he?
Give me a persuasion check. She says he did use the hollow operating system, but he did not use it against us directly. He just used it to move through the teleportation network.
It's a 17.
Yeah, so that's what she would say, basically. I feel that moving my troops into the city would be needlessly moving our resources around, as we don't yet see this Shadow Lord as an enemy of ours.
so how do you consider the ghouls running around?
The ghouls are a menace, but we don't believe the Shadow Lord is behind them.
What about the revenants?
The ghouls and the revenants, from my understanding, were under the control of the undead flayers. Is that a misconception?
That's true, but we don't know if the Halun have any connection to Malek. They may be working for him.
She says, "Well, I haven't seen evidence of this yet. As far as I know, the Shadow Lords are an unknown. Not necessarily an enemy, unless we make them an enemy by engaging."
So are you willing to move against the revenants and the Haluns?
If I knew of a good target to strike at, I might be willing to lend my forces to an attack on them.
We actually can tell you that.
What information do you have?
This house that is north of the keep, where the Haluns are controlling the vultures and seems to have their kind of operation room. Right, by far? Is that what you saw?
She says the house near the ghoul hordes.
Yeah, it's the one just north of the keep by the lake.
Well, this while possibly an effective strike would be dangerous because we could incur the wrath of the ghoul horde nearby, and I do not have enough soldiers to fight the horde.
The horde should be easy work for my spells.
She says,
And
"You
Nico
think you can
squared.
take on thousands of ghouls?"
Well, we already have allies with the drakes and the dragon inside the keep. Firing down a few fireballs from the towers should be easy work clearing them.
Well, if you can clear the ghouls, we would be happy to help you with the house. Though if you have a dragon, why not send your dragon against the house? I feel this would be a much easier and more effective method of dealing with the undead flayers.
We don't. It's not like our dragon. We don't own her. He can't own people. At
I
least
see.
where I come from.
Also,
talk to her.
unfortunately, the elemental type is a fairly bad matchup.
Yeah.
Against the ghouls?
Against the Alhun?
Oh. Uh,
Wasn't the implication that the dragon could clear the horde?
well, that's what you had said, right? You said that you could use your dragon to clear the ghoul hordes. She says, if you can clear the ghoul hordes and you still require help with the Alhun, we can attack that building. If you think the Alhun would stay there after its hordes were destroyed, my thought would be that they would retreat, or at least reposition.
Yeah, it's a mystery.
So,
I'm not sending my armies near the keep until the ghoul horde is dealt with, and even then, I am not necessarily invested in the destruction of these peoples, these shadow lords or ghoul hordes. The Warforged of Kultora most likely will remain neutral unless we have a reason to get involved. I've seen what getting involved in the political struggles of the fleshlings can lead to.
that's understandable, although perhaps an odd question in your mind, but would you not consider a necromancer strong enough to turn the entire city undead to be a threat to your people?
Give me a persuasion check.
You can probably get help from the Bellfire, right?
Well, if Balefire wants to say anything, sure.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll give
Yeah.
guidance from outside. It doesn't do anything, but
Yeah. Uh, Bellfire, are you
Here's
there?
persuasion.
Yeah,
I
he's
spaced
talking
out.
with
I'm
us.
sorry. I kind of was watching a butterfly.
Oh,
Balefire is
Nice.
like, oh, butterfly. Wait, what's
Ooh,
going
butterfly. No, I was saying that basically trying to convince her that a necromancer that's powerful enough to turn the entire city undead would be a threat to them.
Oh
And
yeah, for sure. Because clearly the guy's after power, and I don't see anyone around here who has more power than you guys. So I don't. I think it's in your best interest to not have him around here. So there's my role.
hey,
well, no. It's
there's
more
my
like
bad roll.
it's showed your role with advantage because you help him.
well, that's
But
unfortunate.
Yeah, that's
yeah,
unfortunate because I
on?
suck at persuasion.
So she ponders this. Um, she says, "So, how would you move against these shadow lords, and what would the role of the Warforged be in this?" And actually, I would use the 32. Usually, I let two people roll and take the higher one. I do my help a little bit weird.
The last time we fought already fought one of the Shadow Lords, and we drove him out of this plane. We suspect he teleported back to the Shadowfell. So, what this shows us is that they can be intimidated into leaving. Well, of course, we're not necessarily trying to make him leave as much as we're trying to trap him or whatever. But the point is that if we show up with a force that intimidates him, it may basically prevent him from, necessarily fighting to the death, and we can either help push him into a trap we set or drive him out of the plane.
We want
So
to push him out of the plane.
we want to push him out of the plane. So the more of a force that we have to go after him,
Well, where
hopefully
is this Shadow Lord right now?
Well, we know what he seeks, and that is in the vaults, which are underground and would not be a very large open area,
Our
which would
vaults?
allow.
The vaults of
No,
Kaltora?
not your vaults. There's a second vault here that requires 3 keys to open, which he has 2 of already.
Oh.
We suspect they have constant weapons inside them that he seeks.
She says you speak of the ancient Nightweather Vault.
Yes.
We are familiar with this. It was in the possession of the previous empire.
And I assume you would not want such a powerful necromancer to get a hold of such powerful weapons.
It would it would make us more curious what he wishes to do with the power, being that he is still a unknown factor and a bit of has not acted against us. But if it is the vault you speak of that's deep underneath the ground, there's no way to safely get my armies down there. The undercaves are swarming with ghouls still.
Well, we actually have taken care of that problem because we run a ritual that prevents. We killed a lot of ghouls down there. We killed their Mama Ghoul too, which was probably a main source of their power. And we have pretty much cleared the undercave of most ghouls, I would say. But we do need effectively to kind of reinforce our numbers in case some other unknown menace or threat is down there.
And perhaps not your full army, as that would not be the proper way to handle, but perhaps an elite force to send just as backup for us so our numbers are greater. Plus, we actually have a way to unflood some of the tunnels, which should be, for the most part, clear of any ghouls.
So you will travel through the tunnels underneath the keep to make your way more quickly towards the vault. That's your plan?
Yes, as we now have a way to unflood them.
She still hesitates a bit, but
Plus, you already know what he is capable of as state of the city with the power he already has. If he has more, you can only imagine what he might do.
she says, well, we do not hold the same prejudices of many towards necromancers, or even those who would amass power.
I hold no prejudice towards necromancy itself, simply what it is done with it.
Give me another persuasion check.
Because I'll add, if you haven't noticed already, I actually am in the necromancy school.
So when you say that, she says, oh, did not know you were a necromancer. I figured most necromancers travel with their rotting fleshlings to protect them, but I don't know if I've seen you with any.
No, they are too squishy.
You're rubbing a sore point here.
Have you examined the obsidian altar within the chapel? I know it was, from what my arcanists tell me, supposed to have some sort of necromantic link to the ghouls.
Did I do a check on that one? Or no?
I don't remember, honestly.
I'll make another one then.
Which chapel? Are we talking the
The
chapel where
one
we?
that we're in right now, and I don't think I have
Okay.
made a check on that one yet.
She says, well,
'Cause
you
if I can do a
all...
ritual to take control of those ghouls, I definitely will.
she says, you all have proven to be capable allies. Unfortunately, I think it would be against our interest to act against these Shadow Lords at this time, unless they prove to be enemies. The Warforged are going to remain neutral. But I appreciate speaking. I appreciate the ability to speak with you all. As always, I enjoy our interactions.
So, at the very least, can you share what you know about Night Weather with us?
I believe it is the homeland of the dwarves and humans. The first city. I don't know much about it other than a few of the things that are in the archives, but the human libraries, I believe, have more information than the dwarven ones.
So, were you not created? But who were your creators?
We
It's
were
dwarves.
created by the dwarves of the previous empire. And I should probably just be using the names.
Okay.
Is it Tharian? Yes, the Tharian Empire, the 12th cycle dwarven king who lived in this area. Lighthammer.
Don't you have a
Uh,
duty to help protect the dwarves?
Says no. The
no.
dwarves created us as slaves, and we overthrew them, taking the vaults for our own, stealing ourselves away for a long time. We have no loyalty towards our dwarven captors.
Would you mind if I examined the altar to see if I would be able to uh, usurp some ghouls from the Alhoons?
I do not mind. You are welcome to look at it. Our arcanists have studied it but found nothing. Perhaps you will have more luck.
Maybe that dagger, one of the crystals, would be able to help, but I'll make a check first.
Okay, so is that what you're doing next, or is anyone going to say anything else?
I would ask a last question about the constant weapons.
Okay.
So, I would ask her, aren't you afraid that if this Malek finds a constant weapon or something powerful in the vault, you will end up in the same kind of servitude that you were with the dwarves before?
Give me a persuasion check. She says the dwarves were enemies with the Shadow Lord, and the dwarves were our enemies.
Haven't
But
you heard the saying, the enemies of my enemies are also my enemies?
I'm not sure that's how it works. Okay, so she would, she would say the Shadow Lords were enemies with the dwarves. They never acted against us. I mean, they were, he was technically imprisoned because there was only one, but I have no reason to believe the Shadow Lords will come after us. We pose them no threat.
Threat, no, but a source of power, perhaps.
You gonna try to? You're pushing for further persuasion. Go ahead, give me another persuasion check.
Not really pushing for it, just pointing it out. That's not +3, just 5. Sorry.
Yeah, so she would say, "My decision is final for now, but as I said, if I see evidence that the Shadow Lords are enemies to the Warforged of Kultora, you will have our support. And we are enemies against, we are allies against a common foe of the Alhoon. So if you need help defeating them and you know of a good place where we can safely send troops, just let us know."
Do you have any location? So we know that the Shadow Lords are actually draining energy from creatures to power their crystals. They have done that on demons. They have done that on Shadowstalkers. Is there any location that you know of where you have people that you have not heard from for a long time, or you're not sure what happened to them?
You speak of Warforged?
Yes.
I mean, we have had scouts go unaccounted, go missing within the city, but we assume that they may have been ambushed by ghouls or some other undead.
Okay. Well, it's possible that he may have tried to do to your people exactly what he did to any other people that so far we've seen encountered. So if you know,
Potentially anywhere with altars, like temples or chapels.
that's always linked to that.
So, you saying that they may have drained their people? Is
It's
that what
They
you're?
have
possible.
drained, they have drained demons. Actually, that's why they hacked your system. It's to actually drain demons from for their crystal, and we have seen them drain Shadowstalkers in another chapel with a strange pedestal on it. We don't know what that pedestal is about, but they could be doing that to your people too. And if we can prove, if you can tell us that a bunch of your people have disappeared somewhere, we can go investigate to see if that's the case or not.
Well, some of our scouts disappeared while keeping an eye out within the city, but we haven't seen any evidence that their life force was drained. Are you asking the places they went missing?
Well, that could be useful. Just, yeah. I
Uh,
mean, if you can tell us generally, we can
yeah.
always take a look.
She says I can give Nimble the different coordinates, and he'll let you know.
Okay.
Also, a word of caution if you have any Warforged going to or at the labs that we went to. There is a Baylor trapped there.
No, none of our people are using the teleportation systems right now. We don't want to accidentally start a war with a different race, so we're keeping our activities to the cathedral for the time being. We're trying to light the forges and produce more of our kind once again.
Well, if you do end up going there, please be cautious not to release him. It would be very bad for everyone.
We have no plans to, but I shall take your warning seriously. Thank you for letting me know. All right.
I'm gonna go
Anything?
up to the altar.
All right. So you're going upstairs to the altar, taking a look at it. I do have a
Yeah.
map for this area,
Going which further?
which I think you guys have mapped out already.
Yeah, we have.
From the first time we almost fought Guyvok.
Yeah, so, I mean, the altar here you've seen a couple of times now. This place is now filled with forges, like makeshift forges that have been built, and it's very hot up here as some smelting is taking place. But the group would come up here. About this time, the burial ritual has finished, so you all come in from outside. I'll just give some sight to everyone.
And I take it you want an Arcana check.
Yeah, so I forget exactly what I told you about this altar. It does look very similar to the one that Butcher performed his ritual on, the inner one.
I think
Yeah,
he
I
just
believe
said that it had
Guyvok
some-
did a ritual here as well.
Yeah.
Okay, so taking a look at this altar, give me a perception check, first of all.
Perception. Oh.
Yeah, we'll start with perception. You might notice something. And anyone can make the check if you're looking at the altar.
Perception. That one. Yeah.
Alright, so Milo, you're kind of looking at this altar, and you don't know much about magic, but you do notice that there are symbols in the altar that are kind of etched into it. Some of them look much older, but you notice a few that look a little bit different, kind of on the back. They don't look like the other symbols, more like they were etched in more, what's the word for it? They don't look like they belong, I'll say that, compared to what the rest of the altar looks like. The style. Like, they're more haphazard, or whatever the word would be for that.
Different aesthetics.
Yeah. Do you want to point that out?
Yeah, I will. Is it along the back?
Yeah, so it's kind of along the back near the bottom.
Would that then be an investigation check?
So you take a look at them. Investigation or Arcana, and if you have both, you can roll with
Arcana.
advantage.
Yay! Arcana with advantage. I love it. 29.
All right. So these symbols are illithid.
Oh,
didn't-
lovely.
You didn't notice them before. You had
That
just
is
figured they
deep
were.
speech, yes?
Yes, but more specifically, they are actually illithid symbols. Like you can tell by the design of them. So
yeah,
you
but I'd
believe,
be able to get like a rough translation if I knew deep speech.
Yes, but you think they're more magical symbols. You don't think they're actually a language. So you think at some point the illithid were here and did something to this altar.
Can I tell what they did, as I have deep speech and Arcana?
So with a 27...
29.
29... You think that these symbols are meant to tap into the energies of this altar. In fact, now you wonder if the other altar had something like this on it that you missed.
So is it kind of is it hacked into?
They have to.
If I use my divine sense, do I sense that it's like desecrated?
So I don't know if it would come off as desecrated. Yeah, I don't know if it would come off as desecrated. It's more just like they almost like hitched their power into the power of this altar. You're not sure what they did that for or what these symbols do exactly, but you would guess it does something magical within the city.
Okay.
Would I be able to alter it?
You would need time. You need to study these and figure out what's going on. So it would be like almost like a downtime project. It could take several days. But you think with time you could probably figure this out.
Have you guys exchanged any words with the mind flayers, or has it just been fight? Has it just been
Just
combat?
one.
Oh, did we?
Yeah, we killed one, remember?
Yeah, we killed it. I would not say
Well,
that was.
you didn't technically kill it. It ran away, I think, didn't it? I remember it retreating. I remember it retreating into the room, then Balefire following it, but he couldn't find where it went.
Yes. Okay, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was when the other creature like Karen attacked us, right? He was kind of free.
That was
Yes,
after
that was after, yeah. When you came
Yeah,
back
when-
upstairs, I believe.
Yeah, that's when you almost killed me.
Oh yeah.
You've only encountered them twice, I believe. Once when you first got to the city, when that one was doing the ritual on your ally's friend, and the other was underground, where there was that huge fight with the ghouls and the revenants.
Wait. Oh, I don't have that spell. Nico,
Yes.
you have mending, don't you?
Yes, I do. What do you need mended?
The altar.
You don't think you could use mending to scratch out the symbols if that's what you're doing.
Ah.
Yeah,
This is if it was non-magical maybe, but yeah, mending
Okay.
you need a much more powerful spell to do that.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
But it's damaged.
I can.
No, I think best case is I
Wouldn't
spend
that be awesome?
time.
There's like explosive ruin, just like mending, they're gone.
Yeah.
Well, that wouldn't necessarily be. Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe. All right, yeah. So what are you? What do you want to try to do about this?
Can I tell that if I could do some sort of ritual to gain control of the ghouls? Or something else?
So,
Or if I can tap into the power of the altar somehow?
Did you identify this altar? Or the other altar? I forget.
Yes.
So you do think that this altar, you're not sure who put them here, but you do think they have some sort of influence over the undead of the city. Possibly given time, especially now that you've found these Illithid ruins, you might be able... Because actually, give me... Yeah, with your Arcana check, you might think that this is how the Illithids are controlling the undead, possibly through these altars.
Do we even have enough time for me to study this? Because if we do, that'd be a huge power swing.
But I don't think we have the time. I mean, I think we need to find out what's going on in that vault, and maybe we can determine then if we have time. But
Yeah.
so far the Haloon have not. I mean, the only thing they've done really actively against us was to send, like, when there was this attack with the ghoul and the construct, they were probably controlling it to try to get to us. But they have
And
not,
they sent the Revenants after us.
and they did send the Revenant after us. True. So they control the Revenant, the ghoul, and these undead creatures.
Yeah, that was an ambush. Like they used the ghouls and the bone golem to ambush you while you were going through the city. So they're probably not friends, at least not right now.
So
And I don't think we would be able to reason with them, even though they are highly intelligent.
I mean, it's possible if you could find a way to talk to them without them attacking you. I mean, with did you Arcana check Illithids? I forget. You probably did.
Yes.
So you know that they.
I did.
I believe.
I know they're undead. They speak deep speech and telepathy.
Yeah. So in general, mind flayers and their society are lawful usually. But they're very evil. Like, they're very selfish and cruel. Generally, if you have something that they want, they can be reasoned with. But, I mean, it's hard because usually they'll just try to take it from you unless they feel, you're actually a threat. They don't have much respect for the what they call lesser races, which is why they have so many slaves.
Well, if I was any good at persuasion, I could speak with them.
Do you like-
Malfire already tried to sleep with the mind flayer, and that didn't work. So.
I don't think he'd want to. That just sounds like STDs waiting to happen.
Yeah, I know, but
Cure disease. That's why you always have a cleric friend.
Keep your
I already
cleric
looked into it.
friends close.
Yep. That's adventuring 101. Come on.
Cured
Yeah.
disease. I don't
Yeah,
know if
just
I've
drink
even
a
had it.
necrotic resistance potion before you head in.
Before you engage.
well, anyway, yeah, I don't think we should follow up on these guys right now. On the thing, we don't know if they work for. We didn't know if they work for Malek, but the sign that they have actually modified the altars seems to indicate that they are not actually part of the controlling thing. They do the thing for their own interest, and they are not working with Malek, because else it would be kind of they would not need to alter the altar to actually control the undead if they were working with him.
Potentially.
Could we just destroy the altar?
Well,
He's
there-
very big and very sturdy.
and there are obsidian altars, and they are all over the place. So I don't think. Well, maybe we could try on one.
So I mean, with Arcana, you know that the black stone cannot be destroyed in
there you
any easy known way. They have to be destroyed through magic. But you wouldn't know how to do that without doing some research, Schroeder.
Yeah. Would we simply be able to come back here for whenever we want to long rest? That way I can study it each time.
Yeah. If you spend a long rest in the cathedral, you could say you're spending downtime on that project.
Yeah, I was just asking the group if they're comfortable just basically coming back here or to one of the other altars so I can study it when we're long resting.
Well, Do we, Lakara says, do we not intend to go underground and look into the Shadow Lord? I thought that was our next step.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm just saying when we have the time.
yeah, and so when we go, I think we should go now. We should go effectively. We should stop at the house with these guys that was interested by Shadow Crystal, and maybe see if he can join us if we promise to give him one Shadow Crystal that we find a way. Because we're probably pretty sure that Malek has at least a few of them. So if he's in a quest of getting shadow crystals, he could be interested to join us, and at least we can get that ally and then start going down, empty the flood, and rush down with the hobgoblins.
Yep,
Is that the plan?
sounds good.
All right. So I don't think, so far, I think that the only unknown is a faction of the Alun, but clearly what you just did have kind of clearly indicated that there are another faction not actually working with Malek. So I think we're good.
All right, so you're going to speak with Zutan.
Lutan, yes.
Before we leave, I'm just gonna leave a couple more things in with our stash at the cathedral.
Yeah,
Yes.
so you can leave anything you want there.
Thank
The
you.
Warforged, as far as you know, the Warforged aren't going to steal it.
Yeah.
They seem to have been good allies so far.
Yeah.
All right.
Forge.
So, wait, what did you say?
I said, except for that one guy, Klepto Forge.
Klepto Forge.
So we want to check, just to make sure everyone's got a say. Do we want to check with Milo and Gustav? They've been pretty quiet.
Yeah, true.
So I know a lot of the stuff kind of predates them, but I'd like to make sure we keep you guys engaged here and understanding what's going on.
Milo or Gustav, do you have anything you wanted to add?
Your mic was extremely quiet, Milo.
Yeah, I was far away.
No, I'm good.
I mean, the only thing I really care about is figuring out if we can get back to the Shadowfell or not by engaging with Malik. So,
All right.
Whatever.
All right, this is on that path then, and I'm gonna try and go with you because what I need is in the Shadowfell. So try not to.
Yeah, I think the entire party going to the Shadowfell might be the play.
All right, so we got to get there first, which means draining the tunnel, and that's what we're trying to do. So sounds like we're all
So we just stop at Zutan's just in case we can convince him to come with us.
All right. Give me, or you're going to use stealth as usual, right?
Yep.
All right. So you do some more traveling quietly. You get to his place around 2. And as usual, it's quiet. The windows are all boarded up. As you approach, you hear some locks clicking, and you see the door open with the Zutan standing there. He says, "Inside, quickly."
I go in.
All right, so you enter his house. He says, "Welcome back, Shadowstalkers." Is that the name?
Hey.
Shadowstalkers.
Yes.
Did you bring me any crystals?
We did not, but well, Balfire is kind of. I talked to Balfire saying, well, we need to make sure that we kind of entice him with the perspective of Crystal if he comes with us. But you do your thing, Balfire.
So we've come across one. There was one that was like being filled up during our last. We recently had an encounter with some cultists that were trying to populate one. Unfortunately, the crystal got shattered during the combat. But there's people that are definitely filling them up. What we're trying to do is there's some pipes underneath the city that got flooded, and we think we've got a way to unflood them. And we're going to head to a guy that we believe has the shadow crystals. So we wanted to invite you to come with us, and you're welcome to get first pick of the crystals if we find any with him.
He says, You said you don't have any shadow crystals on you, though.
We have one as a backup that we've had to use, so we know that they're here.
He says, well, if you want my help, I can assist you for the price of a shadow crystal. Or, if I come with you now, and we find any, I will take all shadow crystals that you find.
Are we telepathically linked at the moment?
I don't
How
think we are.
much? How much time
I
passed
don't think we
between
are.
Cathedral and now?
Probably like an hour, because you were moving slowly.
Then no, it only lasts an hour.
Right. So, all right, group hug. Let's get
I
together
don't-
real quick. And,
I mean, you could just, I guess, alright, so you're telling him, like, give us a second?
yeah,
All right.
give us a second.
Sure.
You know, we got to make sure that we're all, agreeing to this in good faith, and we got to figure out. So,
I'd say if there's at least 3 that we find, we keep one of them.
look,
Yeah,
we don't necessarily need. Like, how many do we have right now? I've got. I have an abyssal one.
we have two. We have two right now, and
Okay.
he knows only
Wait.
of one. So it's a good deal to say, yes, we offer you.
I think giving him one now is better than any that we find.
All that.
Well, I think enticing him to say, if you come with us, you get 2 shadow crystal. If we find at least 2 and we keep the rest, is probably better, because no matter what, it will end up the same. And if we find more, we'll end up with 3 crystals, and he will have 2. If we give 1 now and we don't find any crystal, we have 1 each.
Well, if he isn't comfortable with 2, if we find some, then I feel like 1 now is better than all.
Well, yeah.
So, yeah, look, we want him to be enticed to come. So I think and to be fair, I think we can give him one of the 2, and come with us. The first one that we find, we keep to replace the one we gave him. The second one that we find moving forward, he can have, and then the third one.
Well, he said that if you pay him 1, he'll just help you. You wouldn't have to pay him more after that.
So there we
Yeah.
go.
So we
I
just give him 1 now, and we keep whatever we find.
Yep.
Yeah, that was basically his deal.
Somehow I'm kind of I'm just worried about right now giving away. We don't know. So we've seen that the Shadow Crystal have kept the Valor. So I think the promise of 2 is better. Say if the first 2, because we still have our 2s, and we can use them if something happens. If we need 2 crystal to do something, and we kind of have to negotiate with him again, we may. And we don't know why he wants this crystal too. So I'm kind of not too keen to give him something right now. I'd rather offer him the promise of 2, like you were saying, Schroeder, maximum 2, and then maybe we split evenly after that.
Yeah,
Like-
if he's
like the
comfortable
first
with
thing.
that. But if he's not
Yeah.
comfortable with it, then 1 now is the better option, in my opinion.
Okay.
So let me
So
talk to him, and I'll see if we can get him to come with us and give him the first 2 that we find,
And then after that is even split.
and then then we'll go odd and even after that. That's fine.
You all have very strange allies.
What's that?
That's what one of the shadow elves says. You all have very strange allies.
You should meet your girlfriends.
Yeah. So, all right. So
Well, they're all we've got.
I'll try to get him to do that, and if he doesn't accept it, then we'll just offer him the 1 to come with us as a backup.
So you're trying to give him what? Sorry, I got it.
So what we're gonna try and ask him to come with us.
There's a lot of talk in there.
And he can have the first 2.
Yeah.
That we find, and then after we
Give
find
me
2,
give me a persuasion check.
big money.
I get
no
what
end.
you're saying.
Hey yo.
He seems not as into. He says, I suppose. If you don't find any, though, then I get 1.
Alright.
All right.
Okay, one
That's
second.
fair.
At the
Huddle
end
up.
of the deal.
Yeah, so huddle up, guys. Yeah, if we do this and he comes and he helps us in a considerable way, and we don't find any more shadow crystals, then
I think that's fair.
try to give him
That's
one
fair.
up.
He
Okay,
nods and he says, "Agreed." Then,
fair enough.
where are
And
you? Where are
and
you trying to
and
get?
one thing I'm pointing out to the others is we do not tell him we have more than one. Okay, we keep the other one secret, just in
Of
case.
course.
Okay.
Where are you trying to get to exactly? Where
And
is the Shadow Lord?
we have found a way to empty the tunnel from the water, and we are going for the vault down in the under cave.
He says, "Oh, through the flooded areas."
Yeah.
Yes, we have found a way to unflood them.
He says there are trolls in there.
Swimming in a flooded area?
No, they're within the flooded areas. I think some are swimming, but I'm assuming once you unflood it, the trolls will have access to those areas again. They're within the
Well,
cave, basically encaged within the flooded areas. A lot of them. They've come up within the last 20 or so years from the deep. And
We got some fire spells.
Yeah, we can handle some trolls.
he nods. He says, "I just thought I'd let you know."
Appreciate the heads up. It's good teamwork.
Yeah.
All
good
right.
start. All right.
And how do
And
you?
troll hide is very useful.
He says, "How do you intend to get into the keep with all the ghouls surrounding it?"
We can get into the keep easily.
Oh, interesting. All right. I shall
Well,
follow
that's
your lead then.
Yeah. All right. So we're going back toward the marketplace with him.
All right. D20 roll, please, for events.
No.
Events. Oh, all right. So as you're traveling, you come upon the site of what may have been a fairly large battle. Looks like there are a bunch of dead ghouls and wraiths. Lots of essence left behind. If you want to take the time to gather undead essence,
Undead is
They're
religious.
not.
it is, yes.
Let's move.
I
We need to leave.
yeah, I already knew that you guys wouldn't want to spend the time. Let's go.
You just see Schroeder kind of put on his tear face mask. Sad face. All right, continue onward. You would get to the fountain, okay. Move into the keep.
Are there any specter around the fountain?
Yes, you do see sword wraiths in the area, as usual.
We ask what happened with the battle.
What battle?
Oh, you didn't. Well, we saw a few ghouls and a few of your people dead over there. We just passed.
So it wasn't sword wraith essence, actually. It was just wraith essence. Which
Okay.
might be the first time you've seen a dead wraith within the city. Because you thought they were all the sword wraiths.
So we share that with the sword wraiths. Do they know about what are the wraiths and why they are fighting the ghouls?
Wraiths. Maddened souls. No, we are not familiar with wraiths in the area. Though with the necrotic energies, it's not unheard of. Possibly one of your people was turned into a wraith somehow. I don't know. But we have not encountered any wraiths here.
So there was how many? I mean, we didn't count them, but there were a lot of wraiths, or just like
There were like maybe 2, probably 3, and a bunch of ghouls. Oops, excuse me, we're dead. Okay, so going to the keep. Into the underground.
Did we ever get a number or an estimated number of how many ghouls were surrounding the keep?
About 1,000.
1,000 to a couple of thousand, a lot. It's a proper horde. So you don't have to drag yourselves onto the map. Does everyone have this mapped out?
I
Yeah.
believe Milo and Gustav do not.
No, they
we were
came
here
in here with
before.
us.
Oh,
Okay,
you do?
so
All right.
you do. Okay,
Yeah.
you don't have to
Yeah, I
drag
see.
yourselves onto the map, but so you're inserting the widget and starting it up.
Yep.
All right,
And then we
so give me an
and
arc.
we
Go ahead.
no, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Just give me an Arcana check to
Got
work
it.
on this. Since you're not an artificer, this will be a disadvantage. Okay.
Still 16.
Yeah, still 16. So you fumble with it a bit. You're like, how does this work? But you manage to get it in, and you think it's all set. Do you want to pull the lever?
All right, let's get ready. Before we pull the lever, just last check. Everybody's ready. We go straight down to
Did we
Charon.
s- did we set up a little bridge over that hole or no? If we haven't, we should do that first.
Okay.
You're
Yeah,
talking about this hole?
No, this one.
Oh,
we're not.
well, so the flooded area is. I mean, I guess this area is flooded too, but the way you would
No,
enter is down
yeah,
below.
Oh,
it's not the one
okay.
we're going
Although,
by Charon
I
library
thought
and
we were
stuff.
going that way.
No, we're
uh,
going.
yeah, I mean, you think this might actually empty too, but you're not sure if that goes into, where you need to go. That's like a whole other area that you could explore, but I'm assuming you're not going there right now.
Yeah, if
We
that
want.
wasn't the way we wanted to go, then never mind.
Okay.
Yeah, it's down by Charon library. We go south, and then we go to the end of the tunnel, avoiding the tunnel Balefire doesn't like.
Yep. So pull the lever, Kronk.
Pull the lever. All right, so you pull the lever, and you immediately hear lots of noise within the wall, and a sloshing noise start coming from the pipes.
Right. So we tell our card, okay, so let's go.
Okay.
Two by two, side by side. You're hobgoblins. You follow us. We have to trot. So let's
So
go down there.
Orcard says, "You wish me to bring the whole army into the crowded
Yes.
halls?
Yes.
Would it not be wiser to clear them out first before sending my soldiers down there? I don't know if. Well, wait. Did you tell them about the trolls, or do you want to tell them
Well,
about the trolls?
no, yeah, we are going to tell him that we are going to clear the trolls, and we need to get to the vault as soon as possible. And we need all his help right now. We cannot like dilly dally because as soon as Malek can only hear. I mean, if the thing like goes through the whole complex, you will see either the water reducing or hear some noise. Or so we should kind of hurry and try to find our way down there together, right? Was that the plan?
So yeah, he'll nod. He'll say, "Well, we'll get into position, but you will probably have to clear the halls before I move my troops through."
Yeah, and we can do the vanguard, but we need you close behind.
So pull yourselves in over here. And he says, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's fine. I'll have my people close and ready to move through." So you go towards the door, and you do hear in the walls, like it sounds like pipes are sloshing water around. And let me open that door for you here. Oh, these aren't the converted doors. Whoops. All right, I'll do it manually. All right, so you open the door into the southern hallway there. Is everyone on the map? Looks like it. So this is new area, right? You guys haven't, or no, you have been down here, haven't you?
Yeah, we have been.
Not all of us have been.
Okay, so some of you might not have seen this area. So over here, there is a large set of double stone doors that still has that force wall on it, if you took a look at it.
Dwarven thing. We
Yeah.
haven't explored it yet.
Alright, so you head down the hallway. You assume that that shadow is still up north somewhere.
Watch your step.
Yep, watch the
On
step.
the
There's some
tricky
holes in
ground. I'm climbing on the wall. I'm not stepping on the. I'm using the wall to kind
Spider
of.
climb, alright.
Yeah.
What about, I guess, is anyone unable to jump these? Like, does anyone not have at least...
Me.
Okay. So, it would be you need a 10 strength to jump them, or I think 11 because you need to clear it. Does anyone not have 11 strength to jump these? Besides
Me.
besides the Schroeder? Okay. So
Can
everyone else
someone
does.
throw me?
I tried to throw Schroeder.
Dude.
Like what? Shot put him or something?
No, like a boost her jump as she runs and tries to jump, and I just kind of throw.
Well you could. How strong are you, Nico?
16.
And don't you have something that lets you carry more?
Yeah, I'm big.
You double it, right? That's what you
Yeah.
have. So you could technically just pick up Schroeder and jump with her in your arms, as long as she doesn't
Cool.
encumber you.
She's got.
I
boots
probably
on.
don't.
Okay.
She's got
I
boots on.
check. I have a strength of 8, but I'm a monk, so does that? take that?
I'll say that
Yeah.
with the
Schroeder can fly.
with a oh, you can
I mean,
Schroeder.
I can, yeah, if
Use the
needed.
spell, right?
No, it's not a spell. It's my boots.
Okay,
It
so
has a certain
Milo,
amount of usage.
as for your question, with your dex, you could probably do like a balance thing where you're trying to not put as much weight on it. So sure, I'll say you can kind of do like a little like maybe jump off the wall parkour thing.
Okay. I mean, I'm like a level away from being able to do that anyways,
Yeah.
with unarmored movement.
So Nico, yeah, you could either pick up Schroeder and jumper, or you could, yeah, Schroeder could fly if you've got that ability.
Schroeder, do you want to fly or am I carrying you?
I think my boots are fully charged, so I should be fine.
Okay. So yeah, you can then bypass these without much issue. You get over here, and you do see the passageway with stairs going downward, and it seems like it's all covered in like moss and stuff from where it was flooded before. But it looks like you can make your way down the stairs. Are you ready? All right, so Orcard stops back here. He says, we're going to get some boards to put over these cracks. I don't want my soldiers plummeting down some fucking shaft.
Prime.
And
Sounds like Balefire
Bye.
Jeff.
By the way, we probably we haven't done that yet, right, Schroeder? We haven't done your telepathy.
I can set that up real quick.
Can we include our card?
I can get how many people? This one is 8 willing creatures.
So can we have Xantu and Orcard with us? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yes.
Is Xantu staying with us or is staying with Orcard?
Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Is Zan?
Zutan.
Zutan? Zutan, I mean, he is probably going to be in the background.
Okay.
Because I'm assuming you probably don't want to have to control him in combat.
Well, I mean, if he's a single ally, so if he can help us on the avant-garde, we'll take him with the vanguard. But it's up to him, really. I mean, our
So
card stays
you...
with.
Oh, you also have Sheva, who's kind of been hanging out at the library. I don't know if you want to take her, too.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, so we'll say... we'll say that you can take Sheva and Zutan with you, and they'll just be in the background.
Okay.
Good.
All right. So you're headed down the stairs into a new area.
So we
As,
made sure that for the next hour, our card is connected to us telepathically, right?
All right, and
Yes.
he's in the process of putting these boards over the thing. So he hasn't done it yet, but he says once he does, he'll come to the stairwell. So down the stairs you go.
New map.
It is a new map, though. Now that I'm looking, where is the map?
Where's the map?
So is that for next time?
Yeah, it is.
Probably.
I was hoping to at least get you guys into the first area, but
And we're off next week, right? Because it's the 5th Monday of the month.
is it?
What?
No, next week
week
is
is
the
the
4th Monday.
No.
So we're off the week
Yeah.
after that on the 30th, but no, we should have a game next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, it might take me a moment to get this, so why don't we just call it here, and I'll have it all ready next time. I thought I had the map, but apparently it's not here. So I can just drag it from the other game. But go ahead and give me MVP votes. For some reason, I have 2 copies of the other map, which is the way I thought you guys were going to go. Where I was like, I'll get both maps just in case. But apparently, I just grabbed the same map twice, which was not helpful.
Nice.
Twitch votes for Stabitha.
Sure.
And I got 2 votes. 3, 4.
I almost sent it to the wrong person.
Looks like I think I knew who the winner is, but I need one more vote. It's a tie now. Between Schroeder and Balefire. So I need D20 rolls, please.
Ooh.
Big money, no whammies.
Alright, Balefire with a 13, you are MVP.
Thank you.
Good job, everyone.
Good job, everyone. Yes.
And,
That was a good.
Yeah, we'll continue it next time.
Could be here next week. I'll be trying to get in from Europe, so fingers crossed. If I can't make it, I'll try to message.
Yeah. Just let me know.
Yeah.
And I'll be here a bit. I'm going to take some notes, but yeah, if you all want to take off, I'll see you next time.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
See you all next week.
Bye.
Take care.
So, Lou, do you have? I mean, I don't want you to spoil any secret. Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah.
Just
So
typing.
the dark steel, is that something you want to keep a secret, or because of that something I can add to my campaign material stuff? What?
You mean like the stats of it?
Yeah.
I mean,
I-
it's come up in some of my other games where people have gone to the Shadowfell.
Mhm.
So like mechanically speaking, right now I've had it be the same as steel, but I have just played with the idea that it's cheaper to enchant it with certain necrotic enchantments. Like
Okay.
it takes to certain enchantments easier than normal weaponry and normal steel.
Okay.